So let me ask you a question.
We're not putting the cart before the horse. This is why I said.
Let me ask my
one
question.
second. This is why I just said to y'all. Right? It comes back again. In order for us to seek a coach, the coach have to understand CONCACAF and have to understand the point of the federation. Else it will never work.
Okay.
It just can't work. Right?
Okay,
Because if we're saying that we want great coaches or good coaches, and you bring them here, they're gonna walk away with frustration. We have to be honest, put things in perspective.
But good coaches, for example, is it customary for a good coach to go around the world and try to understand the plight of countries? Is that one of the qualities of a good coach?
Unfortunately, this is what we got to work with.
No, but that's not my question. That's not my question. My question is the good coach. Is that one quality that a good coach tend to have?
Of course, a coach have to know the environment him are going at. Him can't just go in and
No, I don't necessarily think so. I think.
I'm going to summarize my opinion.
Yes.
This football thing, whether it playing the football or managing the football, Jamaicans are not good at it. And we must seek outside help.
That is true.
We must seek outside help in picking the coach. We must seek outside help in developing the football locally. We are simply not good at it. And it is high time as a country for us to conclude. Jamaica has been playing football for JFF was founded in, I think, 1914 and 1912, more than 100 years. I've been to the World Cup once. That's a large sample size to say that this football thing, there's something about it that we just don't get.
And Crispy, I actually 1,000% agree with you. You have a bunch of people that's there that think they know it. They think they understand it, but the result is not showing it.
Because logically speaking, panelists, when you're trying to embark on any task, one of the first things you must try to do, you ask yourself, has anybody done before what I'm trying to do now? And then you go and you see how that person embark on that task and was successful at that task, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, right? And when I extrapolate that principle over to JFF, I say, okay, look at Jamaica's challenges: money, infrastructure, XYZ. What countries have the similar circumstances and have had some success? There's one country right next to Jamaica, I think it's less than 90 miles away, 80. I think Jamaica, the JFF, should talk to the Haitians how they're doing things.
No. You got to understand, Haiti has always been a better footballing country than Jamaica.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the better, I'm talking about the circumstance. They lack the resources.
No, Crispy, no. Jamaica don't need to speak to no Haiti, period.
All right.
We're going backwards talking about speaking to Haiti. Haiti has been cutting corners and is working for them. As soon as a player hits 8 years old, they shut them off.
This is what I mean. So if cutting corners is work for them, maybe it will work for us.
Yeah, but the current coach for Haiti, him a coach it for 2 years, he's a French coach.
But also you have to look where the Asian players located, where they play.
Yeah, from the diaspora.
Okay, then maybe we should adopt the same principle. Get the player from the diaspora.
And them get the coach from the diaspora. Well, a French coach.
No, that's not how Haiti is set up. It doesn't work like that. Haitians, as soon as a kid is about 10 years old, 11 years old, and they see that they have some kind of potential, they ship them overseas. That's how it works. It doesn't work when they develop them over.
Determine, maybe we should do the same thing too. Again, we should emulate success. I live to see players athletes, track and field athletes from all around the world coming to Jamaica for training. In the last Olympic, a girl from St. Lucia won a race and she was giving kudos to Jamaica, right? And because people were like, look, this country, Jamaica, has something that we need, that we don't have. Maybe it's the knowledge, the technique and whatnot. And it is time for us to do the same thing too.
Yeah, but that's why when I mentioned with the nationality and the coach thing, why I think Jamaicans always talk about Brazilian style of play? Because the coach you qualify with the first time was a Brazilian. It's not the nationality.
You know,
who did replicate it?
Yes, but you see, when look how the coaching selection is gonna carry on now. You are looking for you ostensibly are looking for quality, and you're shrinking your coaching pool by saying it must be a local coach. You're taking choices off the table when you should be expanding your choices. So again, we see that we are doing something with the football that is not customary around the world. If the overseas coach has not worked, okay. As overseas coach has not worked all around the world, or has it not worked for Jamaica singularly? Right? These are some of the questions that need to be asked. We hear that, you know, overseas players, the one that born overseas, they don't have any heart. Okay, when you look at Curacao, 10 out of the 11 players on that team are born overseas, play overseas, and they play with heart. So again, all of these things that I'm laying out, I have to conclude, we are just not good at this football thing. We are not good at it, and it is time for us to ask for external help.
And that's where it boils down to me, because we have a new director, a new what do you call it, technical director, very inexperienced guy, but young, and has a brilliant mind. But without experience and being
Who's
so
our new
young,
technical director, determined?
can't remember the guy name. So young is a peer. I think I can't remember his name. It's a young guy. I think he's like 33 years old.
From where?
He's He's from Jamaica. He has different certifications, but doesn't have any experience.
We can't have determine we are not good at football locally. It is highly unlikely. Hold on, determine. You make a point quickly. I just want to touch on it before I lose my train of thought. It is highly unlikely that Jamaica has brilliant football minds on the island. Highly unlikely.
That's why I just said. I like this kid. Why?
Again,
hold on a second. Hold on one second. I said the guy is very intelligent, right? My thing is this: are we going to make use of that? We have another guy on the board that used to play for Jamaica. This young kid.
Somebody said Peart. 1 second, determine. Let me just 1 second. Let me just interact
Where
with.
you come from?
No, Blue Mountain. So people, let me just outline. Remember what we talked about the last show, guys. Well, because I'm not on camera. You guys have to also sometimes when the fans them write certain things in the comments, you can read a comment and reply to them as well. All right. So you just check the comment now and then. Because a fan can ask an important question. I want to just a debate on the straight line. You know, we want to also, because I'm not on camera, because we're not going to be on camera for a couple shows. So, and you guys been doing well so far with not talking over each other. But we have to keep the fans interacting who is watching the show. People, thank you very much for watching. It's just 56 of you guys here. We just started the show. Remember to hit the like button, folks. That's important. I know I'm not on camera, so I'm not going to expect a ton of people today, but I think it's a good lively discussion going on. Big up yourself, Haircut Bent, Cygnus Media, Early B, A couple people will find out about the show eventually, folks. So just remember to hit the like button, please, and thanks, people. All right, continue, guys.
Yeah, I think, as I said, the guy is a young guy, has a sound mind. I don't want them to do like they did with this guy that every coach that get there, he was the assistant coach for them, and he didn't make use of any of the education that he got, right? So for me, I would love for them to put him overseas at one of these top clubs or countries to understand and facilitate as far as, how things work and bring that education back home. He's young. And with them selecting a guy like that, right, that's the right move. But are they going to do the right thing? And that's always been
What is his experience? Where was he before becoming the national team technical director? What is his experience?
All right, I'm about to list his experience. Give me a second.
Yeah, so folks, as I don't know, I think the people them chip out a little bit. Are you guys hearing me still? Oh,
Clear.
look like something happened. Yeah, as far as the coach, as I said, I'm not really confident in. Maybe I don't think this is is this the second or third English coach we've tried. So we would have counted Paul Hall, and we would have counted John Barnes, but it's not like those guys kind of failed. And it kind of come down to a race thing as well. Do you go for a black English coach in? You have our guy there. What's his name? Moore. What's his name again? He's in the lower leagues, man. Somebody can tell me in the comment section, probably. Darren Moore, people. Darren Moore. You have Darren Moore. He's a Jamaican, English in the lower leagues. Some people would more go for him. Big up yourself, Premier. Carla made one good point, which is Jamaica is simply not good at football, regardless of the coach. We went to 98 World Cup, but the standard of play wasn't good. So you're saying the 98 team wasn't any good? Early B? I'm not sure about that. Tigat, I don't know if you have a take on this. Your mic is muted, or Peter Mystic, feel free to take the floor. Peter Mystic, you there? Alright, me know it's a Peter Mystic.
I'm here, man, but I'm enjoying listening.
Okay, come you know, so you just say Mr. Speed already, forget the job.
Yeah, and Coley does not have a UEFA. Everybody is saying he has a UEFA Pro license. He doesn't. He has a Asian Pro license.
Yeah, when you said that on the show, I was actually shocked. And Miguel Coley didn't. Did he say something about that?
No, he is the one who said that's what he has. He was on Ryan's platform about 2 years ago and said, or maybe not even that long. And he said that. He said, I have an Asian Pro license.
Okay, so then who came on I heard with that on a show the other day. I heard a brother named Danny Dredd. Danny Dredd right. Called into Oral Tracy show. I was listening to Oral Tracy show, and him says that, all right, Miguel have the biggest license in a Jamaica, not true? And then he said, Miguel have a UEFA Pro license, get bigger than that, my father. I said, whoa, Miguel got a UEFA Pro license? Because, bro, I was so excited for him. Because, listen, there are coaches right now who are coaching at a high level who don't have a UEFA Pro license. Yeah. It's not easy to get a UEFA Pro license. I don't think people understand. This is not like some A license.
And I'm not. Hey, listen, I'm not taking anything away from him. Yeah. I'm just clarifying, because a lot of people going around saying him have a UEFA. He doesn't. It's just a clarification. I'm not taking anything away from
him. Yeah. Because I would be happy for him, but I was just shocked that came out quickly that he got a UEFA Pro license. I was just like, whoa. So and some people are saying that's why Mr. Speed needed him on the sideline because he had a UEFA Pro license.
No.
So,
You can coach the Jamaica team with an A license.
yeah, because Tapa coach a team with a driver's license, so I'm sure a A license. Because Tapa didn't actually have a license. You remember?
Yeah, I think at the time, I was at least the last stint he had a B.
Yeah, remember
JT.
that when the team was playing and we start to call it out, Tapa.
JT.
Okay, Pressa is saying he does have one. He has a UEFA Pro license. Or Pressa is what you're just reading on the internet, or you have.
JT,
Yeah.
JT, let me say this quick. Me there work, you understand? But me there work, but me I listen to the show. All right, let me correct you on Peter. Peter mistake. I just went on the transfer market and looked for Miguel Coley. And it said in his career he has a UEFA Pro license.
Yeah, if you look up Theodore Whitmore on transfer market, it's going to tell you the same thing that Theodore Whitmore has a UEFA Pro license.
I never did that. But I just
transfer market is not accurate.
Yeah, I know.
You can't rely on transfer market.
Yeah, that's what people put in. But I know that, Peter. But if you put in that and people go and check you up on the transfer and you lie and you go for the job, it's going to make you look bad.
Who lie? Who says wrong?
No, but that's what it say on the transfer market. And you say
the transfer market have the wrong information. No, he doesn't have it. He said himself on Ryan program.
Peter, this is what I'm saying to you. I understand that, but this is what I'm saying to you. If you apply for a job, Peter, you apply for a job. And that's all right, Peter, apply for a job. Maybe look him up on transfer market and see what he has and what he's.
No, them people are not looking you up on transfer market, Virgin. Those people are asking you for your credential. They're not looking you up on transfer market.
I have to try to match up your credential. I'm not going to try to match up
your credential. But the transfer market has the problem, not quality.
Peter, this is what I'm saying to you. Our transfer market is something that people go in and they put in their information. I don't know who do it. But if it's on the transfer
market... No. He got sometimes... Transfer market is the one who sometimes generates a profile, for the individual.
But how they generate the profile? They just generate it on things?
Yeah, I think sometimes transfer market... I think so, bro. Like, it's like you...
But, as I said before,
and
this is what I'm
transfer market is incorrect.
Peter, you can be right.
Yeah.
You understand?
No, I'm right.
I'm not saying what I see.
Yeah, Cooley, ask Cooley. He will tell you that him know about you. He's the one who said it. What do you think I know?
Hold on. If I get a chance, though, I will. If I get a chance, I will. Yeah.
And in the meantime, look up Theodore Whitmore on transfer market, and it's going to show you that Theodore Whitmore have a UEFA Pro license. He does not.
Yeah, that's something we're certain of, at least. So if it says Theodore Whitmore have a pro license, we already know so we in a bad problem.
No. Let me say this. Coley was on Ryan's show about God, I can't remember. Some I remember about. I want to say within the last year. The last interview we do on Ryan's show. He's the one who says he has an Asian pro license. No, unless between then and now, he got his UEFA. Yeah. But the only way to find out is asking yourself.
Yeah, somebody have to go ask Coley if he have it.
But he has been in Asia all this time. So that's where he got his licensing. And it's not the same as a UEFA Pro license. It's just not the same. And UEFA does not consider it equivalent either.
Okay.
JT.
Yeah.
JT.
Yes.
You said something earlier. I said Whitmore
coach a team with a driver's license. Is it me or he cut out? Him cut out, I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. All right. I think he will be back, people. It's not a UEFA. It's a Asian Pro. Maimo, when you check comment section, why are you here then? We are checking. But haircut bent. We talked about that on the last show about the French thing, brother. I am checking it. We talked about the French similarity with the coach. We did a whole show on that the last show. brother. We did that. Yeah, I did that haircut bent in the last show, the entire show. I talked about that the last time. I think you missed the last show. Miguel have a pro license. Speed has a A license. Coming 2030, you must have a pro license to coach a national team, says 70 incursion. Okay, so I guess the rule also changing in football then. We're gonna need to have a pro license to coach a national team by 2030. Where did you get that information, 70 incursion? People, remember to hit the like button on the show, folks. Remember to hit the like button on the show. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We have 100 of you guys here. We should get the likes up on the show. We had some technical glitches with the first show, so we had to end it live, and we already had over 100 people on that. So I think they just got this just disjointed and dispersed all over the internet again. So they will eventually find the show, people. I don't know. Blue Mountain, when you were speaking, the thing you just cut out about Topper. I don't know if you.
No, it was a joke. Just a Topper coach a driver's license. So I was making a joke. I was saying we don't even know if Topper have a driver's license. You remember who was driving that car?
We need to take a page out of Haiti, Suriname, and Curacao book, says Big Deagle. I just think Jamaica needs to create them own book, brother. We always take out a people book, brother.
Why would we take something out of Suriname book? Where's Suriname?
Like we like that with few people, them brother. Brother, me is a kind of people where I want to create my own book, brother. Like
JT, why would you reinvent the wheel though?
I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm just creating a book.
I'm creating something new, reinventing the wheel.
No. But Crispy, the concept of a book is already created. If I make a variation of a book,
I think we're going about it all wrong.
But Crispy actually have a point. Crispy,
but Crispy, why wouldn't you reinvent the wheel if the wheel is not working? Why wouldn't you reinvent?
I don't want to reinvent the car. It's working. It's working. I see other people going to World Cups. I see other people being successful at football. The thing for me is to find out.
Yeah, but we also see other people like Italy who won the World Cup so many times has missed all the previous World Cups in the last 8 years, 12 years.
Yes, and Italy has fired everybody and gonna put new people in there.
They did that before, Crispy.
And you keep on firing until you get the right people.
Another thing I want to say about Coley. Sorry to cut in. Another thing I want to say about Coley. Think about it. He has never been a head coach of a team, And the only head coaching job he has had is being a head coach of a reserve team. And I don't know what league they play. I don't know what, if they're in the top league or the second league, but it's a reserve team. Now think about this, gentlemen, logically. You think if he had a UEFA Pro license, you think he would have coached in a reserve team?
You know what you just said a while ago, and I don't know if it's it's allegation or true about the license that he have, and this is why I said it.
He said it himself.
Hold on a second. This is why I said if he doesn't have a UEFA license, or if he does have one, and he's sitting behind Mr. Speid as an assistant, I don't want him as a head coach. He has no respect for himself. I don't want him as a head coach because the UEFA license is not normal. If you have a UEFA license, you're different.
Determined. I said something similar on this program, and I don't know if you were here. And Hall hell broke loose. And once again, it is not about what he said. It's about who is saying it, because you're not getting the same pushback. I've said Mr. Coley is not head coach material if he take the assistant coaching job with the intention of getting a head coaching job. I said what you just said. I'm not word for word, but the same in essence, right? And people flew down my throat. The entire panel came down on me hard, like they normally do. But you're saying the same thing, and you're not getting a pushback.
But that's not. I mean, he could take the assistant coach job with. You don't know what the negotiation is with the JFF. The JFF could say, "All right, Coley, be the assistant, and in a year or two, we'll make you the head." You don't know. You don't know what conversation they're having.
Yeah, irrespective of the conversation, you do not sit behind somebody who's disqualified.
No, it's not. It's not. Sometimes that's ego, you know.
No.
It's
No.
ego.
It's not ego. It's logic.
Hold on. All right. Hold on. Listen to this.
Hold on, man. Let's work with the theory. Say Miguel Coley apply for a job to coach any national team outside of Jamaica, right? And
Crispy, I'm gonna let you go. Just hold that point. Let me just read a comment, please. One point, people, just make sure we go back to Crispy for that point. Cygnus Media says Suriname failed this campaign just like us. In fact, they were in more commanding position to qualify than us at one point. I remember they were leading their group. They actually went and threw away the game that was supposed to take them to the World Cup. We need to find a good coach and support them for the full campaign, said Cygnus Media. That's true. He don't respect himself. Them want Coley because he will use mostly local players. That man's gonna destroy the team, says Real Baller. We don't need Coley or Speid. Hire a good coach to build the program for 2030. Didn't Coley coach Barbican in the JPL, says Jonathan Bailey. Speid is working on a UEFA Pro license currently. Every 4 years, it is the same thing we do. Jamaican youth says Coley has actually said he has a UEFA Pro license. This is cited in a Gleaner article on November 2025. Says Jamaican youth travels. So we are hearing some discrepancies there. Hercott Bent again says Jamaica need a French coach. It is what suits her style. Yeah, Hercott, we did a whole show on that the last time. Coley, a madman, said Roxy James. People, remember to hit the like button, folks. Remember to hit the like. Blue Mountain. Hold on, man. We are running a show now. So we have to keep it orderly today. People, so remember to hit the like button. Remember to hit the like button, folks. I have to keep reminding you guys because it look like, it's a thing on YouTube. So let's hand back the show to Crispy and then you can come in, Blue Mountain, because I did cut him off. Go ahead, Crispy.
Yes, what I want to respond to the gentleman is saying that Mr. Coley being an assistant coach to Mr. Speid, who doesn't have the appropriate license, will also be a part of Mr. Coley's resume now. So if he's gonna apply to, if he come to me to apply for, if to say I am coach, say I'm the president of Mexican football, for example, and he put his application for the head coaching job, and I see that he was an assistant coach to Mr. Speid, I am going to struggle with the idea of hiring him for the job when he was an assistant coach to a guy without a proper license. How is he going to explain that to me? Mr. Jose, I wanted to get the head coach of the JFF and I had to be Mr. Speid assistant coach first. Is that what he's going to say to me as the president of Mexico's FA, looking at his resume? I don't know.
Hello. Morning. So me see the answer the team I could me have to go up on mute because I'm kind of busy and things. So anyway, I just get a one talk. The last time here people are give which coach them would like to coach the national team. I'm gonna put my little input. Me really not really matter where the coach come from or coach the national team. Me just want a good coach come coach the national team. And a coach where when him come to Jamaica, him no shell shock. Him come see how Jamaica stay and him work with Jamaica. We want a coach who want to live at Jamaica too. We don't want a coach who don't really want to live here. We need a coach just like when Simoes come here, see we culture, fall in love with it, and decide to work with it, and never find no excuse, say want to go back home yard. We need a coach like that. So long as we get somebody like that, I don't have a problem. So long as he's a competent coach, know what he's doing, I don't really matter where he come from, which part of the world he come from. It don't really matter me. And when I ask JT, this thing here, me always I hear this thing say Speed don't have the proper qualification to coach the national team. When I want to ask, FIFA have a rule where them say you have to have certain qualification to coach the national team. If you don't have that, you don't qualify. Me not really know.
I think it started to change, but somebody write in the comment section that by 2030 all national team coaches has to have a pro license. That's what somebody just wrote. I know you can coach a national team with an A license though.
Speed said that. Speed say by 2030 you're supposed to have a pro license. So at this time now, because me hear people come up with this and don't have the qualification and don't have the proper license and all of those things. And I wonder if we, the public, a judge and tell you which license you're supposed to have to coach a national team. So that's why I ask if FIFA have a thing out there where say if you have a A license, you can't coach your national team. So long you
They said that no sound right. That would be madness if you can't coach a national team with an A license. That no sound right.
No, but that is what me hear the people them say. You know, have the qualification, you know, have the license. So me listen Speed talk. Speed say by 2030 you're supposed to, if I come up with it, you're supposed to have a Europe license.
I remember in a fisherman that you remember that Tapper was actually getting a B license while coaching Jamaica?
Look here. When Tapper started coaching national team, Tapper never had no license.
No license.
The first team where Tapper coached the team didn't have no license at all. Tapper even did a coach a Premier League team.
Listen, y'all talking about something. We're just always stuck in the past. We're in 2026.
We're not stuck in the past.
We're in 2026. If Miguel Coley has a UFO Pro license, right? And a while ago somebody said that allegedly he doesn't have one. If Miguel Coley has a UFO Pro license, he's a unicorn. He's not like the rest. That's his job. Right? Let me finish.
No, never finish. I didn't finish and you come in. I didn't finish.
Go ahead.
Is what I'm saying. The rule is you can use a license and coach the national team. We the spectator not going to come here and judge which license we're supposed to have. FIFA is the footballing body of the world. And them give out where you have to coach a national team. They say a license can coach the national team. Who is we as spectator come here to determine which coach must coach the national team if you don't have a license?
Fisherman, I can tell you why the spectators and the I can tell you why the fans get led down that road. Speed, it's the same thing with it's no different from when the president said I would resign if the team didn't qualify, and everybody around with that and take it out of context. It was sarcasm. If you watch the interview, he was led down that path, and then say, "Yeah, man, would I have to run?" It's like your wife tell you, "Hey, if you don't come home with the bottle of milk, don't come in the house, I say, "Okay, well, we can't come home then, I'm gonna have it." You know what I mean? It's sarcasm. Right? So it's the same thing now with the pro licensing. Speed, when he was asked what kind of coach is he looking for, and he said, if you don't have a pro license, I'm not looking at it. It doesn't mean that you can't coach a team with a lesser license. He just said if he's gonna hire a foreign coach, then you better have the pro license, and you can't wrong him for that. It's just simple, and we take it and run with it like nobody can coach a team if they don't have a pro license. No, that's not what he meant.
So here's my question. I have a question now. I'll let you guys talk long enough. All right. Are we looking for a good coach, or are we looking for somebody with a license? Which one?
Looking for a good coach.
Okay. Because people have CDL and can't drive a car, right?
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Okay. So
hold on, Speed. Let me ask you a question. Since Speed has an A license, why don't Speed go over to Brazil to coach? Tell him to get their national team.
Maybe that's not his ambition. Maybe his ambition is to stay in Jamaica and help his national team.
Yeah, and we're the only one. It's a great question because we're the only one that want to give people a pass without the proper education. That's always been our problem.
That's what you said a while ago. It's not really possible because you have a million coach out here. We have license.
Speed could never get a job coaching the USA national team with an A license. Speed would never get a job coaching in Brazil or Argentina with an A license.
You have a million. You could have a million black coach in England a pro license and can get a job in England.
But I'm sure McLaren have the biggest license ever.
So this pro license I'm talking about.
Pro license I'm talking about. Pro license is foolish. It's foolishness.
Bro, that's the one thing with Jamaicans, bro. We always have got the exception road. Why you not say some, bro? On anything to do with education and excel on yourself, on always no, because this man have decided never do this, we don't have to have it. Why you not say like that, bro?
Bro, what license, bro?
Thank you, Issa.
I just to because you don't want pressure Speed while not come up with that. That's nonsense, man. That's nonsense. When you come in here and spread about the man don't have the proper license to coach the team. Not man.
Why we don't want to have somebody qualified to do their job?
Nobody not saying nothing. Nobody saying nothing of that. Nobody not saying that.
Just said that.
Nobody not saying that. Nobody not saying that. Say nothing of it. Nobody not saying nothing of it.
You literally just said that.
Talking about say the man don't qualify to coach the team because him have you have a pro license. Now no go so. That is what me saying. No go so. That is what we're talking about. I'm not saying nothing of it, every go look it, enough it, take it. I'm just saying, you're spreading things. Say the man don't have the proper license to coach the national team. That is what we're talking about.
Tell Speed to go coach USA. Tell Speed to go coach Brazil national team with his A license. Tell him to go ahead.
Listen, Chris, determined. You guys are talking nonsense.
Yeah, of course.
Nonsense.
Yeah, man. We know we are going to talk nonsense. Anytime we come to qualification, we are talking nonsense. Yeah, man.
Listen, nobody not saying that.
I'm not saying anybody should have a pro license.
Hey, nobody has said that.
But I'm not saying nobody should have a pro license. The problem is, brethren, we don't know if a person with a pro license is any good either.
Okay,
anybody
Blue Mountain. Yeah. I will make sure I give you back the show. This is how we're gonna do it, okay? I just have to plug the comments and then we give you back the show again. Let me just read another comment here. Big deal, your insults doesn't bother me. I say Suriname choke. Jamaica has a habit of playing down to weaker teams, but they better 3 years ago, blah blah blah. Bossman, McLaren have the ultimate license. Is he a great coach? Says one-stop driver. That's a good question. Ashley Cole couldn't get a job in England. He had to go to Italy, Serie B. Are you guys saying Speed is not qualified or he's not competent? How could he coach the team if he is not qualified? FIFA doesn't work like that, folks, says 70 Incursion. I think 70 Incursion is leaning a bit to the JFF though, based on all his comments. They're lining up that way. Are we I'm not leaning to any side, people. I'm running a show today, so just let you guys know. Are we looking for a good doctor? Says Presser, 443 Presser. Are we looking for a good doctor or a doctor with a license to practice? Thank you, caller. And for the final comment here, from my research, Miguel Coley has a UEFA Pro license and an Asian Pro license. He is also a CONCACAF qualified instructor. So this final comment, there's a new comment came in by Garfield, but analyzer coach. Yeah?
JP, I was about
Hey, can I say something?
No,
you finish your comment?
No, we have to. I'm gonna.
Hold on, Peter.
Well, let T got,
Peter,
and we're gonna come to. I have to hand it back.
Hold on, Peter. In the Gleaner, published on December 28, 2023, it's a Miguel Coley standing up with his UEFA Pro license. A picture with him standing up with the UEFA Pro license. All right.
Oh, crap.
So we could circle that. Look for the gleaner that was published December 28, 2023. You see Miguel Cole with them license.
So the man go get the big license. So they
I have a question. I have a question, Tiga.
And after Peter Mystic, go sorry about that Blue Mountain. After Peter Mystic, just take over back. All right. Sorry about that.
No, we're sure, man. We're sure. I'm good.
If Miguel Cole has a UEFA Pro license, an Asian Pro license, and a CONCACAF instructor, who can get a head coaching job in a little place like Qatar? He must settle for a head coaching job of a reserve team. You answer that. Those things do not add up at all.
It have to deal with Peter. It have to deal with you know how it run already. Somebody have to see you and then give you a try. As we said before, a lot of black coach in England have them license and can't get a job. So you can't look on it like that. You cannot look.
So you're telling me all the years.
Peter, look at Ashley Cole. Look at Ashley Cole. Look where Ashley Cole is now. Look, Ashley Cole has all the experience, and he's in Italy right now. Where is it? Serie B, Italy, yeah, right now. So you can't look at it like that, bro. You just can't.
Getting coaching jobs a lot of time is people have to put you on. I
would like to say that Gleaner article, if you can send it to me, JT have my number.
Guys, let's stop talking about the license. I think we should stop talking about the license, honestly.
Why though?
Because
you're lowering your standards to suit what?
That's not lowering your standard, bro.
You're definitely lowering your standards.
That is not lowering your standard. I want somebody that knows football. I don't want somebody who can pass a test to get a pro license. I guarantee you right now I could pass a test to get a pro license if I was.
Then go ahead and do it. Nobody not stopping you.
But that's what I'm saying. Anybody can pass a test to get a license.
Not anybody can pass a test to get a license.
So why we're not choosing the best coach with the best experience? Because I know me not hear nobody talk. So Darren Moore is one of the most experienced coaches. And him now get a chance. Compare Miguel Cole to a
They don't want to do that. You can't say the man them not get a chance. Maybe the man them not have the interest, Virgin. They played for Jamaica before. It's up to them to say, hey, I have the interest to coach Jamaica.
No, the federation can head on to coach too, you know. Them can head on to coach.
My general.
Listen.
The thing is, you know.
Go ahead, Fisher.
Go on.
No, I'm saying a lot of times, a lot of these people do apply for the job, you know, but when it comes down to the negotiating part now, in terms of remuneration for them contract, that's where it falls down. Because even the time when they selected McLaren, there were other coaches there, but even Mr. Speid come out and talk about it. They said that the remuneration package and some of the coaches that wanted to come, they want to come with their team and this, that, and then that's the remuneration package. So a lot of times there are coaches that the fan base would have liked, but the federation just can't manage that remuneration package for them and their staff when they're coming. You understand? So a lot of time, I understand the choices that they have to make, you know, but I just don't like when you guys make it look like we if we want to say, okay, when you're picking from the pool, you pick from a pool with a high standard. You understand? So nobody played on the fact that these people are highly qualified. Yes, we know some of them might not have the experience, and to us as fans, we say, okay, some of them, when we see them get the opportunity, they're not as good as we thought. But don't play the thing of them having the highest qualification.
If we can afford a Steve McLaren, we can afford a Darren Moore. I'm sure of that. Even with team. With a team.
I won't go as far as
not necessary.
I won't go as far as to say that because we don't know where a man value themselves. Remember, say you put value by yourself. So if Steve McLaren, when we wanted to take like 30K US a month, that is up to him. Some coaches won't go that low. You understand what I'm saying? So
what was
we want to ask you.
Yeah.
Do Speid qualify to coach the national team?
I know me set the qualification in my boss. I know me said that.
Yes.
Hold on. You asked me the question. Give me a second. This came from the mouth of Rudolph Speid. Him said that as the head
Same
of
with
the
that what?
technical. Well, I know. He said as the head of the technical committee, when he's going to pick, he does not want to see you if you do not have a pro license. That's what he said out of his own mouth.
Tell him again, Issa. He said that out of his own mouth.
If him picking a coach from overseas.
No, he did not say that. He did not say that. He did not say that.
Just explain that to the man.
Period.
Just explain that to you.
What you're saying is not making sense. The man said from the technical committee, if they're going to pick a coach, he does not want to see
He was asked a question in an interview, what kind of coach are you looking for? And that was about 2 years ago, maybe even longer. And he said, if you don't have a pro license, I'm not looking at you. It does not mean that it is required to coach a national team. He just set that criteria. It's just like the criteria that he set for the players in these 2 games.
Okay,
He's the one who set the criteria.
Let me just ask the last question.
Go ahead.
So, Issa, so what you're saying then? When him say by 2030 you're supposed to have a pro license to coach a national team. So that not tell you say if you have an A license now you can coach a national team.
All right, so these are 2 different things. So that's a requirement from FIFA. What he said was about the Jamaica Football Federation hiring a coach. What you just mentioned, what he said, is actually a directive from FIFA. So those are 2 different things. So 2030, FIFA is saying by that
you're
time,
supposed to have
every federation who is hiring a coach, they should have a pro.
So let me ask you a question,
that
guys.
is not in effect.
Guys, let me ask you a question.
So that means in qualified to coach in
Yes.
What are the different if I hear and you have a pro license, right?
You go all the way down to it go all the way down to D, C, B, A, then pro.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. What is A still a professional license?
100% yes.
Right. So why are we arguing this?
We're arguing this mainly because of what he said. Why, if you are going to pick a coach to coach your national team, and you set a criteria, Peter Mystic, that you set a criteria, right?
But Speid have an A license, right?
Correct.
And I asked you, is an A license still a professional license?
And I said yes, it is.
So that means he meets the criteria.
Yo, Issa.
Yeah, my general.
I could dumb it down. By FIFA standard, yes, Speid does have a license, or he's qualified to coach the national team, right?
Right.
However, you have other factors that you're looking to as to whether or not somebody's qualified for a job. First, you talk about the experience, you talk about the character of the person, you talk about, just how, adaptable they are as a coach in certain situations. You look at style of play. When we talk about all those other factors other than the license itself, is he then qualified? I mean, Real Madrid now go hire one coach just because he have a UEFA Pro license. They also look at other factors. So on paper, he does have the license. He is qualified by FIFA standard, right? However, in terms of where Jamaica wants to get to, in terms of the next step, in the other aspects, is he qualified enough? That's where the question mark is. Not the license.
We're still not sure of that either because he's not with the national team long enough. He hasn't had the national team in his hand long enough.
League where he can say, okay then, So you still have some question marks. But as we say, on paper by FIFA standard, yes, he have a license. He might not be the UEFA, but what FIFA said to him have it, right? So he is qualified. But in terms of other factors where you select a coach offer, I'm not sure he's qualified in that sense. You get my message?
So here's my question. So here's another question. Before Jamaica, who or what did Simai's coach that was so successful that we chose them? Going by your logic.
No, it is not to say that coaches out there never have nothing before and they not become successful. You have multiple coaches like that where you see, so all right. Mago is Vincent company. People might say, oh, the German league easy, but whether or not it's easy, him still got it and in break.
Yeah, people, let me just read a quick comment before I hand it back over to Preston. Davian Kerr saying a good French coach probably would fix us well or suits us well. Probably Jamaica need a coach with a license to take us to the World Cup, says Garfield Leslie. Don't cut him off, Carla. He's proving a point. We need a good coach, says Devian Kerr. A good CV. Let me see somebody here. Kenardo Nardo. If not Miguel Coley, who has a UEFA Pro license, then use Dwight York from Trinidad. That's a no. He said multiple times, not one occasion. Vibes, what do you say? Vibes Entertainment. Darren Moore is the perfect coach. I think Darren Moore would be well suited. JT, it was Pep who told Bayern to take company when he leave Burnley. Oh, wow. People, remember to hit the like button on the show. Remember to hit the like button on the show. Very important, folks. Thank you for joining us today. We have 170 of you guys watching now. So let's hit the like button on the show. Let's get it up to 200 people. It's a good afternoon. We're talking some football. Anywhere you're checking in from, folks, live today, welcome to Sports Blem, where we talk all things CONCACAF football.
That's not what we're talking about. Just straight away, because that's not what we're talking about.
Let him finish.
And he put out the qualification what he's looking for prior before he now that we're looking for a coach, he's putting his name in the hat, but he does not have the qualification and he was looking for prior before now.
Says he does not have the qualification.
I bet you, Blue Mountain, I bet you any money. Anybody that the JFF gets, other than Speed, I go have a pro license. I bet you any money.
But Speed
is going to be the only one that don't have one. It's a double standard, bro.
You can't say that.
It's a double standard for true. It's a double standard. Blue Mountain, you love argue, for argue, bro.
What you mean we argue, brother?
But Blue Mountain. If you want to say, all right, yeah, you want to give Speed a chance, I don't have a problem, bro. I don't have a problem. But don't say to me that because he set out his own mode, this is what is required. And when it come on to him, it's not required. That's a double standard, bro.
But I asked you a question. I asked you, is an A license or a professional license?
He never said that's what was required.
I want to say something.
He never said that's what was required.
When we're discussing,
you guys taking things out of context.
So
that's why we can't
let
it slide. Let's not. I mean, that more time.
Hold on, before we proceed.
I want to make a point quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
Make it a professional license, right? Remember, every license in life, whichever field you're in, it have a requirement. They get me in terms of how much you grasp. Speed himself recently, when the under 17 qualified for the World Cup, said the reason why the team qualifies is because the coach must say the coaches are becoming more qualified. So 10-15 years ago, where Jamaican coaches never know because they're being qualified now, they know where the coaches them from other big countries know. So yeah, we're not gonna beat them all the time, but we have more knowledge in a sense. Now, Speed is saying from a point of view that okay, if we're gonna appoint a coach, you need a pro license, right? The assumption is that you think that individual knows more. Again, it's not to say that Imago just come in and qualify Jamaica to every World Cup, but your assumption is that he knows more. He's more qualified in the sense in terms of all the things we learn. So he more stand a chance to be more adaptable. He have more knowledge in terms of gameplays, formation, etc. to go up against smaller teams, bigger teams, right? In Speed's case, even though he does have a CONCACAF license, A license, right? How much knowledge would you assume that he has with everything in grasp from that one license to then go up against tough opponents? You believe that Speed could do what Jaime Hagumson do against some of the big team them in the region?
All right, let me ask a quick question. All right, and this has always been another Achilles heel of the JFF. We don't handle this thing like a business. Any of y'all have a business out there? Any of y'all business owners?
Yo.
All right, when you hire, let me finish. When you're hiring, if I'm hiring anyone, you want the smartest, and you also want experience. It's simple. Our thing when it comes to football, right, is who know who friend, and we're tired of that foolishness, bro. You want the smartest and the one that has the experience, and Speed don't have it. That's simple.
I run a WordPress plugin. That's what I run as a quote-unquote business. Anyway, hold on.
I run a catering business.
But to certain logic is logic anywhere you apply. So you don't have to be in business
okay.
to.
The man run the catering business. I want to say something to him. The man run the catering business. I want to say something.
Blue Mountain, hold on, Blue Mountain. Blue Mountain, let me make this point quickly because it has been a constant theme through the discussion, and it is unwise. When you're dealing with qualification and selecting people for a job, when you give a person a chance as any requirement, that's wrong.
And them don't even see that. They don't see that, Crispy. For your good route of give a person a chance. You already see your God, man.
Exactly. If you are gonna have as a criterion, give a person a chance. You are in essence saying that the person is not otherwise qualified.
But you're not giving Speid a chance. Speid have the qualification to coach the national team.
No,
chance.
Brother, Crispy, even if a man have a UEFA Pro license, right? You still giving him a chance. Because that man has never won anything before.
Okay, then you're saying that Mr. Speid,
he was
Blue
the
Mountain,
assistant
you're
coach
saying that
under
Mr. Speid
Schaefer,
must be
so
given
he
a
has
chance.
experience.
Blue Mountain, if you're saying that Mr. Speid must be given a chance, then all coaches must be given a chance. Right?
Not all coaches. Not all coaches should be given a chance.
So why Mr. Speid? Okay, so why Mr. Speid is uniquely qualified to be given a chance?
Even at the highest level, you know, a lot of clubs don't just give a man a chance.
Let me say this quick.
You have a lot of other factors that people look at as to why you are qualified enough for a job. Let me tell you, as bad as Liam as bad as he was at Chelsea, what he did at Strasbourg was something for Chelsea to look at to say, okay, we believe in some aspects he is qualified. Maybe Mark shortcomings in other areas, but we believe he's qualified enough. No, that might have been a misjudgment by them, but they would have seen something, and I would assume that Liam also had a UEFA Pro license. That's correct. Never worked out. But in some sense, you know, I mean that he's a bad coach. You know, it's just that some coaches can't handle certain clubs, and Chelsea is one of those clubs, unfortunately. Isn't it?
Correct. And Peter, go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
All right. Let me put some clarification to what Mr. Speid said. All right, in the interview, when he was telling that he wants somebody to come with the UEFA Pro license, and he said somebody in CONCACAF and so on, and he used the word preferably. Don't forget that. I think we're skipping over that part. He said preferably. So when he said UEFA license, he said preferably UEFA Pro license. And he said it twice.
Yeah,
but what I'm trying to say
that was speaking about the pro license. So
he said preferably.
He meant that it's a pro license from CONCACAF, from UEFA, right. Anyone at the pro license.
Yes,
but
what
I'm saying is, if Speid is so qualified, tell him to go coach the United States of America, or tell him to go coach Argentina.
No,
it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It would never happen.
Determined.
Why would I give this man? Why would it's not nonsense. He said that he was an ambition. He said he's ambitious. He said that he's ambitious. Tell him to go overseas. Tell him to go overseas. Right?
Determine, give somebody else a chance. Determine, because what you just said just sound dunks. Like, we're gonna move on from that. Because a man who is just starting his coaching career, you're saying, why don't he go and coach America or Argentina? Like, that don't make any sense.
Yes,
football does. Ansi, let's bring in Ansi. No man. Determine, we're gonna move on, brother. We give somebody else a chance. Ansi, go ahead, Ansi. We give somebody else a chance.
Why doesn't he go and apply for those jobs, whether he must start his career or not? It just simply shows that they're not going to hire him because they don't believe he's qualified enough, whether from the license point of view or other variables that makes a when the man down in Argentina will end up in the World Cup Scaloni. What was he doing before? Not much, you see me? they saw something in him. They gave him a chance. He never have much experience. I think he was with one of the youth teams before. Maybe at the player they make him win the World Cup. Who knows? It's just a lot of variables in football as to why people win.
Yep.
Sometimes it's more so the players than the coaches, and you can never tell sometimes. Sometimes you can tell.
That make a lot of sense, Bridget.
But hold on. Blue Mountain. We gotta get other people on now. All right.
Whether Speed have the big license or not, that's a nice question. Are we willing to give him a chance? Because again, coaches get a lot of chances. Some succeed, some don't. But do we want to give him a chance? That's the question.
Yeah, but even but I'm gonna debunk what press and something they say. Miguel Coley has the license, right? He's fully qualified. You think Argentina team is gonna hire a Jamaican coach no matter who qualifies? That makes no sense. They are a footballing nation. Like they're not looking at Jamaica no matter how qualified you are. I'm not talking about outside of Rudolph Speid. I'm talking about the logic behind that. There's a lot of holes in that. There is a lot of. There can be the most qualified coach from down Qatar.
I don't even think Trinidad would hire a Jamaican coach.
You know what I mean? Like there could be the most qualified coach from down Qatar. They're not hiring you in Brazil. That's a footballing country. So like that makes no sense. It's not about like Rudolph Speid. It's about footballing culture. When you also look at the United States, it's a celebrity country. You need a celebrity coach as well as a high-profile coach. Or they just go with a coach who is steady, who is American. Jurgen Klinsmann, a World Cup legend from Germany. Pochettino, the Premier League. America is selling their brand as a football. So when Determined brought that up, there was no thought process behind that. It was just a Rudolph Speid thing. Let's go ahead now, Unseen.
Yeah. Unseen. Go
ahead, Unseen.
Let's give me 1 second, Unseen. I'm going to go really quick. Peter, as I was saying, Peter, in that interview, the man said you must have a pro license. He said preferably from UEFA, no matter from where. So if that is not a requirement, what is?
That was a criteria that he and the JFF was setting when they're looking for a coach, because that coach was not going to be local. A coach was going to probably be an overseas coach, even if it's a local born. You guys just go over the same thing. I mean, all the time.
I'm saying to you, you're
saying it's a criteria,
guys. Can we move on? Can we move on?
And I'm saying to you that it is, because he said you must have it. That's a requirement. So
that's a criteria, but you're not a requirement, man. There's a difference.
He says you must have it.
Let me ask you a question. Does Speid have a pro license?
No.
What does a pro mean in the license? What does a pro mean in a pro license?
It's just a different tier.
It's a professional license. Speid have a professional A license.
Nobody try to change up the terms though. You have an A license, you have a pro license.
That's what pro means.
Bro, that's what pro.
That's what pro means. Pro means professional license.
As Mr. Unseen, you can't take the floor now, Unseen.
All right.
Hold on, Issa. Hold on, Nancy. Issa, you don't get the difference. You don't get the difference between a criteria and a requirement. You don't understand the difference. The requirement is not a pro license until 2030 set by FIFA. Do you understand that?
All right, Peter.
It's simple, Virgil. It's simple. It's a criteria. It's just like the criteria that he set for the players in this last 2 games. It was his criteria, It's not a requirement by the GFL.
The criteria is you're required to have a pro license.
But the criteria is if doing a pro license. Listen.
Can I get my chance?
Let's not
Unseen go through, Virgil. It's gonna understand that you're more intelligent than this. Come on.
The criteria is you're required to have a pro license. Continue.
So I'm here listening to the argument, and I saying to myself, what is the reason why people is saying that Speid is not qualified for the job? And also, is there emotional stuff that people putting out there against him or whatever the case may be? For me personally, I don't see what Speid done wrong in the coaching aspect of the national team. I think he did something that a lot of coaches couldn't do in terms of the discipline and stuff. You have to start from there. People say changes or whatever, mistake with changes on someone, which is questionable. But look at it. Jamaica played against Congo with some coaches was coach those players that were selected at the time, come in for about a week, a small amount of days, and we actually go up against Congo with superstars, big players in them respectful league where them play now, right? And all the coaches do what them supposed to do well. Now, I have no problem with either Miguel Coley getting the job or SP getting the job. But I know people have issues because of him having too much power then. Was a part of the technical chairman position there, director of the board. So I think that is where, but people need to come out and talk, say that them are holding against, not the coaching part. I think we need to learn to separate things.
I have a question for you.
I want to address a narrative that you just made. In that two-team tournament to qualify for the World Cup against Congo and New Caledonia, the team did not do well because we did not qualify. Mr. Speid did not do well because the team did not qualify.
Will you accept that, Unseen?
Well, the ultimate goal is to qualify.
That's it. I don't know why we lower the bar all the time and make these weird statements and these weird.
Crispy. You can't find so crispy. You can't look funny blatantly like.
The objective was to qualify for the team for the World Cup in those two games, and the team didn't qualify.
So let me ask you a question. Crispy, if you're a coach, you take up the job?
Take up what job?
The same job as Speid take up.
Again, if I want to coach a national team and the job is an offer and I apply, get it, fine. But the objective would be to qualify the team, and if I didn't qualify, I would have failed.
Right.
End off.
Yes, Christy. Peter, you have an input?
If
you start out to take an exam and you don't hit the pass mark, you fail the exam. Okay. The pass mark for the exam is 80%. You get 79. You do well. You failed.
But Crispy, we are talking about football, Crispy, man. We're not talking about exams.
I am talking about football.
And he is talking about football.
I am talking about football.
He's talking about
to qualify the team. The team didn't qualify. The team didn't do well.
We don't want to go too far enough. We know everybody have a lot of things.
But Crispy,
have a question.
He have not failed yet.
Listen, he has failed.
He didn't qualify for the World Cup. He failed.
Bro,
his job was to qualify the national team to get to the World Cup. That was his job.
But watch this.
Don't bring it there and
determine.
Somebody it's true.
Some essence.
It's quite obvious.
One second now. Come here, two things. Somebody in some essence failing at something. There's always context to failure. It doesn't mean that you should be like dismissed or ruled out of a job in some sense. Because again, there's context to it, right? But when we want to ask Unseen,
there's no context here, sir. There's no. What's the context?
Crispy. Hold on. We're talking about 10 to 12 million dollars. When you talk about that kind of money, hold on one second. No. Hold on.
I'm complaining about,
No, you have to. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, you have to look at it from that standpoint because it's a business. It's not at the end of the day. At the end of the day, a lot of people was depending on that money. Our federation was depending on it. That's a fireable offense. Point blank period.
Because I don't.
But Presta, you are the one that said add context. That's a part of the context, so you can't disregard it. But context.
But listen, guess what? Only one team can qualify at the end of the day, bro. And unfortunately, we never qualified. So
again. You see what we're doing.
So the bottom line is,
I am saying to you, whether it was Rudolph Speid or Pep Guardiola or Sir Alex Ferguson, it's only one team can win at the end of the day. $12 million was underlined, but if Sir Alex Ferguson loses that game, do you then dismiss him and say, okay, you just failed? bro, we should have never been in this situation in the first place. That's the context of the failure. We should have never
No, Pressa. It's all about it. We're talking about Mr. Speed as a coach. We're not talking about the tournament.
That's 2 games in the 2 game tournament.
Okay.
Unseen, what was his job for those 2 games? What was his job for those 2 games, Unseen?
Try to get Jamaica qualified in a sticky situation.
Okay. That's all I want to know.
In a sticky situation, the percentage, the percentage of any coach who took up that job, it was like 70 to 30% chance of Jamaica qualified to the World Cup.
Bro, the board was dependent on that money. The JFF was dependent on that money. We have future kids depending on that money.
You are not being fair.
That's a fireable offense. You're fired.
I want to ask
too
a
much
question.
emotion in your argument when you're talking.
I want to ask a question.
You and Crispy know that the percentage. Listen, man. Listen.
Answer this question.
Listen, Crispy, listen. You know that the percentage chance of us qualifying for that World Cup from any coach, not only Speed alone.
Unseen.
It is low.
Ask you.
It is low in your brain.
Unseen. Let me ask you this question, Unseen.
All right, go ahead, Crispy.
If Mr. Speed had qualified the team for the World Cup in that 2-game tournament, would you have put that on his resume?
That is hindsight, my boss. That is hindsight.
No. You see.
I can't answer something that is not.
And that's what they do all the time, Crispy. So you would have put it on his resume and praise him, but him don't do it, him don't want to get no blame.
It's
like I can't straight up for him.
Thank you, bro. Like Unseen, we know Unseen, this is no emotional. This has nothing to do with no emotions, bro. It's very simple. Listen, if that coach from Canada, if they had hired him, right, and he didn't, Herdman, and he didn't get the job done, guess what? They would have fired him. I know that.
Why would they fire him? Why would they fire him?
Because his job was to what? Qualified. He failed, bro.
What's his name? Paul Hall took over the job from Whitmore, right? And we didn't qualify. Did they go back for Paul or just never wanted the job because they didn't want to give him what he wanted?
It never had nothing to do with that.
So I'm just asking you the same thing, bro. Paul, so how you know they would have fired the man, bro?
He was let go because he sided with the players.
We're gonna make up some story and make up some things,
make up a story Unseen. Jesus, man.
No story maker, brother.
I'm gonna ask you this, Unseen. I'm not coming on going to that with you. I'm gonna ask you this. Javon Parchment, you got those 2 games to coach. You think you would have brought the team over the line with some of the decisions that you would have made different than Speed?
Yes, sir.
Unseen, answer the question.
So it's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah, man. Explain it to us. We know it's difficult.
As we said yesterday, the percentage chance of me qualifying the team would be low.
Unseen, you get the chance to pick your team. I know this is in hindsight, but I'm asking you the question. Some of the decisions
I only can say that I would try my best. I would do what I would try to apply what I learned.
Did you see anything that you would have done differently than what Rudolph Speid did?
I think changes. Some of the changes. I wouldn't start Leon Bailey. I would have started Cephas. Everybody know that. Everybody know that.
I'm not a fan of Cephas, but I agree too. I agree.
You know you see other things too. So go and continue.
And the moment when I start, the moment where I start Cephas though, because they want to have a meeting with me, important competition about who like who from who like who. No, me not start it, brother.
Continue. Other things that you saw where you, if you was in the position, you would have do different. You said the changes. Anything else?
Just changes alone. Just changes. I think the squad was properly. The criteria was okay, and the squad was properly selected, and the discipline in the tournament in that camp was good.
So, and that's what I'm trying to show you. Speed fail. If you could have seen about yourself and see a lot of these things where you yourself could have do.
It's a one something alone, me say. One something changes that.
You guys keep on talking about hindsight, you know, and coaches are judge on hindsight. You can
literally drive go up on the road now and meet no accident and say to yourself, maybe they go in the lane there. The next day you go drive out, a man lick you. You can't do nothing about it, bro. So listen,
hindsight.
I'm seeing could have sit down in front of the yard and think about many different things that would have different than speed and still go there and the opponent would have still beat it. Maybe due to the fact that them score a goal that is deflected. Or maybe we'll get robbed. All these
Jamaica did not score.
Let me ask a question. When a match playing a Premier League, La Liga, and a man get 5 clear-cut chance and miss, who you blame? The coach or the player?
Them blame the coach. It's a blame the coach and Crispy them blame the coach.
Jamaica did not score a goal in opening tournament, you know.
Crispy, answer the question and stop running.
Again, when a team does not perform, the
coach takes the blame or you blame the coach. Which one?
It's not me.
No coach
that's international standard.
No coach don't want to take blame Bridget.
Again, if a team in the Premier League is not performing well, they're going to fire the coach.
Crispy, in some sense, yes, the coach I will take majority of the blame. But I'm saying, in these 2 games, when I say is a failure, as Unseen said, the favorites for that final game was Congo. Could Speed have done things differently? Yes, maybe the substitution them, in some sense, instead of player them did cramp up and he was forced to make the changes, right? Maybe Mooney start Leon Bailey, right? My biggest question was, regardless of who him start, I don't think the team did enough to score a goal. You get me?
Unseen.
We can't have it
Crispy, hold on a second. Unseen. Let me ask you a question. How did you know that meeting when to ask the coach, have a meeting with the coach, and what was discussed? How did you know that?
I don't think I'm the person to answer that question.
No, I'm asking you the question. How did you know
that? I'm saying to you, I don't think I'm the person that is knowledgeable to answer the question.
So let me ask you a question then. Let me ask you another question. So do you think that was right for a coach of a national team to come out and discuss a personal problem that a player had to the whole world? Do you think that's the right thing to do?
The player himself did it, so why the coach can't do it?
I'm asking Unseen. No.
But that's a dumb, silly question asking.
Hold on. Do you understand the meaning of public versus private? You know the meaning behind those 2 words, don't you?
Yeah, all right. That's all I'm saying. Listen, when you're a national coach, you gotta have some kind of decorum about yourself. You gotta have some kind of something about yourself.
You know what gets speech to say him with Bailey simply said after the game that he don't think the team did enough. No, him said the team wasn't detailed enough in his opinion, right? And Speed behind the scenes felt as if he feel away about it and talk about something that was privately said that has nothing to do with football. As if that was on the pitch.
You're so right, and this is not the first, second, or third time that this guy does things like this. This is what I'm saying. This is why me personally, Damien is saying this.
Determined.
I don't want any coach around the national team.
He's one of the only coach who speaks his stuff in football.
And you're not hearing me finish. I don't want. What are you saying? Which team throw their players under the bus like that?
Enough coaching a football.
That's
determined. Hey, determined.
Let me alone, God, you know. So in the worst I was Speed, you know. We know that you're determined. You only want every story to come on. You have a yes, it's Speed, brother.
Nobody knows Leon Bailey.
Travis, give me a chance.
All right, Mr.
Leon Bailey has thrown the team under the bus. He has thrown the federation under the bus. He has thrown the fans under the bus. He has thrown the coach under the bus.
Right.
He has come and gone to party on all of them things. If you want examples, I will lay them out. And Speed coming on and saying that
we're not disagreeing with that, you know. But what we're saying is,
all right,
in terms of the meeting that was held privately, right, and the player voice in concern or opinion about something, right. Leon Bailey publicly said that he don't think the team was detailed enough after them lose to Congo. in your opinion, does that warrant a coach to talk about something that was said prior?
Well, I can tell you this. If I'm the coach, yes, because I don't want nobody to think that I was not detailed enough. And I am going to come out and say yes.
Leon Bailey was taking a shot at the coach. Leon Bailey was taking a shot at the coach.
I am in full agreement with Speid.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Hey, listen, it's Speid. You know what we would all be saying? It's Speid to just let that slide. After Liam being the set of team was in detail, you know what? We would be having a different conversation and it would be worse. Throwing Speid out of the bus. That's what we would be doing. We would be crucifying him.
Sir,
yes, the man, come out and defend himself. I have no problem with
it. Sir, you're arguing up. Sir, you're arguing. You came here, you said Liam Bailey have thrown the Jamaica under the bus. He threw down the team under the bus, and obviously it's not the first time we hear you saying it. So you're obvious a Liam Bailey hater, and we get that.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Just fighting out facts.
Sir, let me finish.
Man. You're too biased. Mr. Correct.
What on the presser?
Liam Bailey go to hell. Liam Bailey can't go to hell if you're like here.
Hold on, sir. If the player came out and said we were detailed enough, Travis, yelling and shouting now to answer the question. Hear me, Travis, if the player come out and said we didn't get detailed enough, you don't think that's a problem?
So why play the turn when him and have 1-on-1? That's not a problem then.
Hey, what do I mean, boss? Hold on, let me address it. Let me address boss.
Well, let me do some football.
Travis, set me straight now.
This is the same player who talk about him not getting a good pitch for play from, him not get hotel room by himself for sleep there. The vibes not in the camp. Mm-hmm. This is the same player. All we have ever heard from Leon Bailey is complaints. We have never seen a performance.
But
personally, say, you know what?
Mr. Mystic. Let me
finish.
You're talking about other things. We're talking about components to deal with the game, you know. You're talking about something to deal with the game, you know.
Yes, when a man says that, because he can't speak to the
No, you're not going to be beside the point. May I ask you a question, Mr. Mystic? If you come and the person said, we did not get enough detail in terms of what our objective and the person, our game plan was not clear enough, you don't think that's an issue?
But just
how is it an issue if a player is saying that? How is it an issue?
What does the player mean by that? What does the player done then? He said, let's play a player there. He's my best player. What has he done in the game?
No, hold on, man.
Even if you take our Bailey performance that was poor, right? What else did we do that would have made us, in some sense, have a better chance of winning the game? So in some sense, Bailey is right. And I put it to you that a lot of players in professional football, they say these things, they probably not use the word detail. They will say stuff like, I don't think we did enough in the final third. I hear players say, I don't think we prepared well enough, or some stuff like that. Them say, whenever your coaches really come out and bash a player for saying that, it's just an opinion on the game.
I don't think that's the case. I think Bailey just wanted to show shades.
No, I'm not.
Bailey was merely showing shades at Speid, and that's what he came out and said.
Regardless what, guys, because we are Jamaican, we love mix up, and that's what we look on it as.
From Tuesday,
you guys love mix up.
The Speid coach team, I care 0. So I wouldn't like if Speid gets a job. We don't trade for Jamaica. It's simple. Because Speid can't know. Mr. Tabak is the team when he's just a player. He don't know everything, none at all. And he coach Jamaica, we don't have a problem. And Speid coach 2 games. So if one Tuesday come and I make a decision, I care 0 Speid I coach. Or whoever. So I wouldn't like Speid coach the team. Not support Jamaica. We don't have a company program. Go somewhere else. Simple as that.
Right. Make the next decision,
is it Sweet 100?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Nah, man, Travis right, man.
You want to hide them, man. The man all the while who just like argument per argument. For no reason at all.
Yeah,
Whether Speed coach it is that here or there. Jamaica football is not good. What a local or overseas. Not care put together now. Them player, not care not about the flag. Me go steal overseas for myself.
Hold on, Travis. In this day and age, where Jamaica wants to get, you cannot use stop as an example not because we did something wrong, but then means we should also use it now. You know, yes, I did lack the experience. He probably did lack the certification.
I'm doing an install for Sweet 100, so I'm just taking a look in the ceiling because the line goes all the way through the ceiling. All right, thank you.
Somebody attack and them look. I'm not hear them properly.
So Speed play a few games in Jamaica. I was judging by the few games when play.
Okay, quick reset, folks. Quick reset. Let me just read the super chat here. Let me just read the super chat by the individual who just gave us this super chat. Let me just find it back, folks. He says, this is what Lincoln fans football. Big up yourself, Lincoln fans. Lincoln fans says Speed is not good enough. I don't know why people are doing mental gymnastics. Unseen is clearly a disciple of Speed for the reason only he knows. Hugh Williams says, how can a local coach improve the quality of the Reggae Boyz who has never coached outside of Jamaica or have the education? Let me mute Travis here. Travis, can you mute? Okay. Yeah, and this other person says, Ras Zakari says, Speed fail. The world fail. The world see that. But because Jamaican football is so mediocre, you have all these idiots debating about Speed incompetence, Speed and Ricketts out now, I guess. Jay-Z says, but gymnastic unseen for your coach. Mental gymnastic is that. Garfield, as he said, when coaches get it right, they're the greatest. When they get it wrong, they're the worst. It's the job. The player belittling the coach, so they have the unseen move like a weak person. Players can take any amount of shot, bro. Okay, they're talking. It's a lot of comments here, people. I've just caught back up.
Man, I'm a beat unseen, but man.
So people, as we're listen, and this is not about who I choose to be the coach. As I said, I love how Mr. Speed handled the Leon Bailey situation, because Leon Bailey feels entitled that he's one of the only players. I saw Leon Bailey did one simple thing at Aston Villa, and he was on Instagram apologizing. I think they saw him with a vape or something in a car, and he was apologizing the next day, like quickly. And how I love my fans, and I'm sorry. And him comes to the worst thing them about Jamaica. Him throw the coach under the bus and do what him want. Who cares? If it's anybody else, I would stand up. If let's say Mr. Speed talk like that about Ethan Pinnock, then I would not be saying that.
Every time when I don't care about Bailey, man. Every show. My Bailey apologies.
Yeah, but hold on, Travis. Hold on, Travis.
This is not a big thing. As we ask the question, JP, at the stage that Jamaican football is in like a reset stage and we need to move forward, it's just whether or not for the Gold Cup and the Nations League, we want to give Speed that chance. You get me, I say?
Yeah. But I don't want Leon Bailey in the team either, bro. I want Jamaica to move on from Leon Bailey.
Yeah, he's toxic.
He's toxic, bro.
For the team. Toxic.
It's just not good for the team, bro. I want to move on from
One thing we never like with Bailey. Imagine a 2-game off now. Mind you, Leon Bailey this season for Roma and Villa hardly played 90 minutes, right? And it's a team game. And the man I go set his Speed say he feel that way because he never starting against New Caledonia. Bro, for God's sake, it's New Caledonia. You barely start this season. And we all were surprised that you play 120 minutes against Congo, bro. It's a team thing, brother. Take some rest, make a next man play. We'll get past the first team. And hopefully you show up against Congo, which you didn't. You see me I say?
And Speed show faith in him by let him play.
Let him play the whole game, and him still come out come throw the man under the bus. So I don't care where people are gonna say, bro. We know what Mr. Speed flaws are, but him talking about Leon Bailey is not one of them. It's not one of them.
Listen, I'm gonna say this already, and I said this on the program. We need to find a way, without any type of violence or any type of thing, to neutralize Leon Bailey and Butler. we need to build a prison maybe in the mountain or something. And lock up the two of them.
Don't build a prison in Jamaica. Build it off the island, brother.
Yeah. And lock up the two of them in there. And we have a tie up whisper on the outside of the prison. We're not going to put him in there. That means he's going to look upon them and say, me no want to be like them and act better.
Brother, me have a point to say. Me feel like Mr. Speed gets him chance, brother, and him fail with, so we just need to move on from Mr. Speed.
Mayo, 3 games?
That's what you see.
3 games?
Well,
brother, it could have been 2 games, brother. You get a chance. Everybody want a chance. You get a chance and you fail. You're doing a better stuff. If you can't step up during the big moments, to make you feel like you're going to step up at all.
Let me ask you a question, big man. You got kids?
Yeah.
So, what if your son maybe go one of the best universities in the world and him do a test?
Right.
And you got 1 retake.
Right.
See? The professor look at him and say, here what? I now give you a retake and you get your 1 chance and you now get no more. How you feel about that?
I mean, be fair, as a coach myself, I never feel away about it. Come on, ask that question, Bridget. Ask that question. The Jamaican Federation and everything, we're going through the same thing over and over, Bridget. If we don't step up and make a stand and say, Ray, and put our stuff to this, it's going to be a continued recycle over.
Speed deserve a chance. That's all
Bridget, you hear me say no? You just give me a lot.
So you said,
Bridget, if we don't make a stand right now and say, we're going to cut that shot, we're going to go through the same thing over and over. We have to put a stand, brother. We feel to reach one of the easiest World Cup ever, Bridget. We have to just wipe everything out and start from scratch. You need to notice, say, Guatemala and them other countries, you know what them do? And the same thing them do, brother. Them start from scratch. Them start from the youth, the grown roots, Bridget. And matriculate the Bridget in the way you say I start qualifying.
Them not qualifying either. Garfield, Guatemala not qualifying now.
No, I understand that, but I say Guatemala and them country, them brother, them start use the younger generation, but them not go for the
older. JT, them not out of the Gold Cup if you think about it, you know. So.
And that we need to start doing, Bridget. We feel, Bridget.
But JT,
hold on, guys. No. Determine. Hold on, bro. We have to bring on the new caller them. We have to get the new people them involved so they can when they get used to the conversation, everybody can then battle it out after that. But let's integrate people.
All right. So look, if you look on a giant like Italy, you have man who that coach Italy who have achieved for the country as far as playing and coaching. And if they manage to say them feel Bridging and step down and say, you know what, the system will never do the job, no matter what it is, and them step down, why we can't do that? Why some of the man them what we call I run the whole federation do that?
Because you cannot say necessarily Speed fail. Speed fail how much game for Jamaica?
Yeah,
the man have time, Bridget. The man have certain amount of time to do certain things, Bridget.
No, Garfield, we can't. Garfield, what we can say is, and I think where people, what people can say is Speed fail in the sense of hiring the coach, and he lost 1 game. As for, and I disagree with some of those things. If I see your resume at Manchester United, you coach the coach who you're assistant for at Manchester United in Steve McLaren, and I get you to come coach my country. It's like your resume is like, bro, you were one of the top man at, let's say, at Google, right? And I start my new search engine, and I bring you into the company as a CEO or whatever. It's because of your resume, and I have a level of expectation. Yes, whatever, we can say Speed failed, but McLaren was supposed to be a top coach as well. McLaren was the coach for Ten Hag when Ten Hag was the assistant to him.
JT, stop your foolishness, bro. But what's supposed
No, but I'm talking about, are we here talking about Speed resume and Miguel Coley's resume?
Press go easy, press
but let's
press go easy because you're the only man that talk.
Yeah, and yeah.
Whether we like it or not, if Speed be coach or whosoever who don't like Speed, who don't have to support the team. Count like it.
No, bro. We got, bro. We have to bring in Lincoln now, bro.
Nobody can dictate to jail.
Bro. Yeah, Travis.
Travis. You want to ask you a question, right? You know, I come here reason sometime, and you said to me, say, you know, every summer you say like, Chris, what you would want to feel like United the next season? I say, boy,
yeah.
I think like top 8 would be progress. You see me? And think our top 6, finish in top 6, play some good football. What would be progress for you in the next year or two under like a coach like Speid?
Yeah, all right. So, but what I wanted to back,
that's the question
I'm gonna answer that question. I'm gonna answer that question. But since you push back at the McLaren, that Speid expected McLaren to be a top coach based on his resume.
Is expecting to be a good coach?
Yeah, but I'm just you were correct. But I'm just saying that's where Speid was going. Right, that's where he was going. Manchester United Manchester United expected Amorim to be a top coach after winning everything at Sporting. All the articles, everybody said that in Germany he was the next man up. He turned out at Manchester United, it didn't work. Graham Potter was supposed to be a top coach coming into Chelsea. Like what he did there at Brighton, it didn't work. Like, bro, people make hiring blunders. Yeah, because we can't say it did not work with Hal Grimson. It's more than they made by decision letting him go. I wasn't a fan of, bro. We're bringing in Lincoln fan next. People, we have to bring in the people.
The problem is, them hire McLaren, right? Fair enough, them hire him. The problem is not getting rid of him after the World Cup.
Yeah, and that happened. Remember, people were saying the same at Manchester United. They let Ten Hag started a whole nother season. That happens all the time, bro. Like imagine if every sporting director.
No, but JT, what is at stake for United right now?
No, man, I'm not going to go down to United. I just use that as an example. No, wait, Garfield. I have to bring in the next new call, and then you guys can free flow the stage again. Lincoln, boss. Open your mic, Lincoln. He's the last new call. Yeah, man, you said something in the comment section, right, about Speid.
Yeah, brother, I'm not joking, brother. The first thing I'm going to say with Speid, brother, Speid now take no accountability, bro. Speid, I manager them fail, and then I himself, and then you have people at Jamaica still want Speid to have responsibility with the team, brother. Speid not for the nowhere near team. Isn't it obvious?
Thank you.
The obvious Speid not for the nowhere near team, brother.
The man took accountability.
No, brother. No, brother. Brother, if you're a man of your words, wait on a brother, man, where you talk, I'm going to cut up. If you're a man of your words and you have integrity, and if you love your nation like what you say, brother, you feel massive failure, brother, and you not take no accountability, bro. You still want to force yourself in a job.
Thanks, Carl.
Brother, as a human being, we could have never do that, brother. We know so many people.
You know the man force himself in a job. That's what I want to ask you. Oh, you know yourself in a job.
Lincoln, to be fair, from a human perspective, I mean, you can take accountability and still proceed by doing something properly, to be honest. Right. You know what I mean? So, me can do something wrong and take accountability and correct my mistake moving forward. Now, I'm not saying that Speid should be that guy, but you have to look on it better than that, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
I want to ask a question real quick.
I agree. Based on the facts, brother. See? Me to the man them have other coaches in mind. Speid decide to go with McLaren, even though McLaren do nothing in his career, brother. All the man do a field over and over and over. So what?
Brother,
why Speid believe
that? Run McLaren and Aya.
Brother, let me speak now, brother.
Go on.
Why do you think someone who is a serial failure, Zine, I go get success when there's no record of him getting success? There is none, brother.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
A man like that. Where you get it?
But the research before you come talk.
So, me see a podcast of somebody that said wrong McLaren in Aya.
Big man. You know, so on a point irrelevant, because go and ask a question out of all of the coaches them that was there and didn't get picked. I mean, do you think those coaches won anything? Do you think those coaches are accomplished coach? Do you think accomplished coach coming to coach Jamaica? Any accomplished coach coming to coach Jamaica?
Of course they would.
Who do you? Man, stop the nonsense, man. Listen.
So most of them wouldn't. So brother, why
most accomplished, because
so based on your opinion then, Jamaica could just fuck up and stop playing football and nobody not play.
Most accomplished coach. Let me finish, brother. Let me finish, brother. Let me finish. Finish my statement. Most accomplished coach are being started off by bigger and better footballing countries.
Hold on. When I say
can't agree to that.
No, when I say accomplished, what do you mean? Like what level of accomplishment? Accomplishment can be subjective, you know. Because
right. Jamaica is not a footballers to accomplish coach.
Brother, Jamaica is a brand, Jamaica is a brand.
You have multiple coaches.
Yeah, Jamaica is a brand, but not a football brand. Two different things that you have.
You can't say that, Bridget.
Yeah, brother. Hold on, Travis. I'm your argument in terms of the standard of international football was an accomplished coach, and he came to Jamaica. We hear say John Herdman, who qualified Canada women for the World Cup multiple times on the men's team. He is an accomplished coach, and he was interested in the job. So you have people that want the job.
That's a woman team. That is a woman team. Woman football totally different.
Women.
John Herdman never coached the Canadian men's national team.
He did. Brother, what you talking about, brother? John Herdman a top coach with this man. Brother, what you talking about?
Did he take Canadian men's national team to the World Cup? May I ask you a question? I'm asking you a question.
No, you're brother.
All right, let me ask you a question. Besides taking Canada national team to the World Cup, what has he accomplished in football? He come to the boy, he accomplished coach.
But Blue Mountain, you know, so you're so mad for that though. It's the standard. It's the highest standard. Yo, it's the highest standard. Look at the highest standard. Look at the highest standard they are trying to put.
Let me finish.
Look at the highest standard they are trying to put. And when we are using the same standard, when we are using
cut me off when I'm talking.
When you use the same standard, we use evaluate.
Because one of call it an accomplishment is not accomplishment.
It's a madness. We are talking madness, bro.
But for what? Dog.
All right, let me finish my statement. If we don't look at it like that, then him carry Canadian woman to the World Cup. Well, the brother will carry the Jamaican national female team to the World Cup. Let we use him then, if that's the case. He might accomplish something too.
But you know, accomplishment is subject to the level that you are, you know. Like, if you are going to hire a Real Madrid coach, you want to say win trophy before more than like. You get me? I say, if you are going to hire one coach to keep one team in the Premier League, then you want to know say he has kept teams in the Premier League before. So you have to use accomplishment. You have to look at accomplishment as being subjective to the level that you are.
I agree, but no accomplished coach is coming to Jamaica. I am telling you that.
Bro, stop that nonsense, brother. You get that opinion from. Brother, honestly, why wouldn't accomplish
Let me ask you a question. What do you call accomplishment? You know what qualified to go World Cup?
What's shape for accomplished coach?
Me ask you a question. What do you guys
accomplished coach?
What do you guys consider accomplished?
It depends something against
accomplishment.
Accomplishment is subjective. You cannot just look at accomplishment as like, oh, the coach win the biggest trophies. Obviously, coach win the biggest trophies like Champions League, Premier League. They're not interested in the Jamaica job. But for
we don't need to play with words, bro.
What Jamaica is or was at the time when Winford Schaefer come and he win the trophy over Africa and them type of thing there. But the level that Jamaica was he an accomplished enough coach to coach Jamaica? Yes, he was. Is John Herdman an accomplished coach enough with the experience and expertise to coach Jamaica?
Yes, he is.
No.
You can't just look at this thing where
No. John Herdman is not accomplished enough.
Blue Mountain and Steel. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am for Speid being the coach. I don't care. I care zero. I'm okay with it. But to come on this program and sit here and debate and have these outlandish statements and this and I try to back something that is like and I try to Debbie down any other thing anybody else has said. It's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is crazy, bro.
You know what you said me? You know what you said me? I thought the rest. You know what you said me in my background? You look like you have a pick for me this morning, you know. You notice me at less.
No man, you hot, bro.
I don't know why Speed have so much loyalty.
Because you guys don't know. All right, you guys don't know what a professional license is. You guys don't know what a professional license is. You guys don't know what a professional license is. So you guys are saying Speed don't have a professional license. Speed has a professional license.
Blue Mountain, we move the argument. Blue Mountain, we move the argument from this a long time ago, bro. We move the argument from this a long time ago, bro.
That's the first place you attack.
Qualify if you say nothing, brother. What do you mean?
No, let me ask a question. The man who win the Afghan with Ivory Coast today, is he an accomplished coach to coach Jamaica? No, but not answer that.
Brother, we need to stop talking about.
The man was an accomplished coach, not coach Jamaica. Answer the question.
We need a good coach. We need a good coach. We don't need a good coach. We don't need a coach. Him don't have to win Champions League. Him don't have to win the World Cup. We need a coach who can take us to the World Cup.
You are, bro. You see me?
Right.
You have accomplishment and various different skills. So, if you team like say at the big time coach.
What I think we are to do is to let Speed take the team to the
No, brother. Speed nothing do nothing.
The thing what we have coming up. And maybe one Caribbean Cup. And if Speed fail, we'll kick him to the curb. I have no problem with kick out Speed foot, you know. But that's not saying him deserve a fair chance.
Can I say a word? Gentlemen, can I say one word?
Go to.
Whatever coach we get, not gonna be successful until we get rid of some of them people in the JFF, because they're gonna still want to pick the team and still give orders and say who to be on the team and who not. That's why the coaches are failing. I think right now Speed is the best man. Right now Speed is the best man. I can't blame nobody else, and he has it in his hand. And him are the main culprit. So that means just let him do it and done.
Brother, Speed I mean culprit as to why that happened.
Okay, so guys, give me
whoever you get, it don't be the same problem.
Listen, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Go ahead.
What Dylan? Go ahead. I'll go after.
All right. So, let me get this. Give me 1 minute. Listen, hear me out. All right. I remember when the girls, right, wanted to select the team, the head coach, right? The JFF was the one that wanted to select. The girl was like, no, this is the coach that we want. That pissed them off. They were mad at that, right? All right, now we're moving over here. When McLaren was failing miserable, this is what Speed said. They went to the players to ask for them to have a vote to see if they want the coach or if they want the coach or not, right? Listen, I'm a business. I'm asking you. That's one. That's one thing right there. Okay, let's now go over to the coaching side. He said that, you know what? Yeah, I messed up, so I'm it. Right? He didn't do it. He didn't get nothing done. Right? Listen, as for me to be looking at as an investor, I'm looking at an incompetent board and an incompetent coach. There's no way I can put money in this. Period. This man gotta go.
Yeah, German. What Speed them do after the Gold Cup is crazy. You can't accept that them more than the mosquito coaches, I mean. No. You can't say them can't ask the players. No, you cannot. You cannot say that. You cannot say that, brother. You cannot say that because maybe you can't say that. Players do not hire coaches, right? But players do know when some players do know football. Some players do know football and know when a coach is bringing across it. Unfair. Some players do know football. Me know football. Me can be a damn good coach.
Blue Mountain, I'm gonna agree with you. Presser, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. When the Gold Cup, me personally, I wanted McLaren out from before. But let's be fair. When McLaren come out of the Gold Cup, we were still leading the World Cup qualification. We was doing good in the World Cup qualification.
Yes, but what may I say to you? It's like how same McLaren did fail to qualify England for the Euros. McKenna, the first coach to come to Jamaica since early 2000 when I advanced Jamaica out of the Gold Cup.
You are now tuned in to your number one
Brother,
radio
brother,
station.
when it comes to McLaren, everybody knows. So when it comes to McLaren, me are the one person. Me are the one person who want it. Me and you are the only person number one team on day one.
To your number one radio station.
We must also understand a lot of teams are getting better too. We only look on things one way. We now look at other countries are getting better too. Because even as turbo as Bermuda is a little better than they used to be.
You are now
people don't know this. A lot of Jamaicans
your
used to
number
represent
one
Bermuda.
radio station.
Blue Mountain. Blue Mountain. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm the one of the person who's okay with Speed being the coach, you know. But here's becoming a problem for me now. You see the interview when I talk about Liam Bailey and I'm going to play like that. I don't agree with that.
Radio station.
The next thing
is the devil, bro.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Reset, folks. Reset. 1 second. Let me just check in with the people in the comment section.
You are now
I have to check in with the folks in the comment section here. Let me see what we're saying. Kerry and Spence says, what him a chat say? No Coley anymore. Kerry and Spence say him feel already. McQueen Ward says qualifying for 2026 World Cup would have given the JFF 12.5 million USD. Qualifying for the World Cup is 100% an accomplishment. What the hell is he yelling? The guy talking about, are you saying the JFF don't need 12 million? Speed has a professional license, says Rap X. In reality, he's an amateur coach. Man, them really gone back to license. Who are these people, JT? JT have here on him channel. Them really hard to listen to. What kind of madness is this? Cygnus Media said that's enough accomplishment to take Canada to the World Cup. Canada was inferior to Jamaica before Herdman became. I think that's a brilliant point. Canada was inferior.
Canada women's football.
No, man. It's not a challenging point, you know.
That person talking nonsense.
Listen, Blue Mountain. When me communicate with the, we don't have phone part of the show now. When me communicate with the comment section, I know phone part that they are. All right. Unseen. No, you coming home. Cephas must start. Bailey would have rubbed the bench for me. Finally agree with Unseen. Herdman take both men's and women's of Canada national team. Men them a talk about coach where them take men's and women football for. About 30 years now we no good. About 30 years now we no go World Cup. Kiss me teeth. The time is now and Speed is not it. If him have so much power in a JFF, tell him send himself to go under 12 side. No, it's not the time. A joke thing. The Speed a puppy period. I don't know if he's saying a puppy period or I don't know if a puppy have period. I don't know, bro. Yo, fix the comment there, brother. I don't know football to a certain degree, but even before Steve was appointed, we knew he wasn't the man for the job. Comes they claim to have great football. That's it for the comment. The final comment, Alliance 134 says, Leon give back to Jamaica regular. Me nah go this Bailey for Speed cause he make people at Germany and England etc. stand up for Jamaican. What Speed do for Jamaica? More than kill, steal, destroy football. People, thank you for those comments. Remember to hit the like. Well, on the Blue Mountain. Remember say I want a whole time when I'm talking, me just take 5 minutes to plug the show, the people them in the comment. Without them, I the whole I not talk by myself on my phone, At them when I talk to, So we have to make sure they are. The man still now listen. The man now wait. Blue Mountain. Blue Mountain.
The man here.
You are now
Christ. Because like then the broker have taken a Blue Mountain here at school. People. The final comment, no way how. I wonder how serious those early were ended up with McLaren. I can't believe these people want to reward great failure. No, people, now that I've read the comments, I need one favor from you, a slight favor. You don't have to go in your pocket or nothing, because I know some people kind of struggle now. The oil price gone up, Donald Trump start a next war, and you know the thing go already. So people pocket a ball right now. Alright, so we want to know if you do something for free, people. This is free now. We know Jamaican people, we love freeness. If you could hit the like button for free, people. Hitting the like button is free. You're not going to be charged. Just hit the like button, people. Please and thank you. Please hit the like button on the show. All right? Just hit the like button. Continue now, Blue Mountain.
All right. So, somebody in the comment section said something about Bailey make people stand up for Jamaica. One have to understand, and I want to put this out there. Before Bob Marley, before Usain Bolt, before reggae music, Jamaica have always been the darling of the Caribbean. We have always had support all over the world. So even without Lee and Bailey, Jamaica flag would be in every stadium. Even the other day when we was playing in Mexico, you see how much Mexican was wearing Jamaican jersey. So Bailey them not bring fans to Jamaica.
Brother, stop pushing you now. What to them, man? Brother,
I have to talk to the fans. Bailey them bring the whole fans to Jamaica. Jamaica for a tiny island have one of the biggest influence. Then I finish talking, brother. I don't like cut off people. So I don't like cut off people. I correct the person. I correct the person in the comment section. Jamaica has always, brother, allow me to talk, brother. JT, talk to the man on the show now.
You for top talk foolish, brother.
One of them man there, Jamaica has always been a popular country around the world. Yo, my youth, you know, so that somehow enough, you see somehow enough. It's like if a man have money and popularity, if a man have money and popularity, nobody can talk bad about them. If a man have money, listen, the youth toxic and bad for Jamaica.
You can't about him, you know. How now we attack up a Bellevue because the lane Bailey why Bellevue clean and nice here. We will stop disrespecting you. The youth do a lot with the country.
You them the man they will not defend and back somebody we are trying to help it. Speed use personal feelings, pick it in. Exclude players based off of feelings.
You don't know.
Stop bashing you, man.
Brother.
And I defend on it, man.
So why no one deal with Speed, but you don't want to deal with Bailey? But why no one deal? We don't want nobody crush Bailey, but you don't want to disrespect Speed.
Because you go crazy
make a point. We don't do for bashing and something because here's the thing, no, bro. The one problem we have with Speed right now, brother, and I bash the man, I'm gonna bash the coach, is that if the president appointed this man and go behind the back of the board and I do favoritism for Speed, the coaching team, that's not right, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. That can't be right, bro. That can't be right. So if we are looking at national, if we want to get a coach to move the program forward, we want everybody to be a fair shake at the interview process. That's all.
That is true. That is true. But we still don't know. You and I still don't know. We are just assuming. That's all me I try to tell the man them some of the time. The man them to ease up sometime and give Speed a chance because we don't know.
Maybe. No. Listen, Blue Mountain, that's the problem I try to tell you, bro. That's the problem I try to tell you. You see this, give a coach a chance, it's not gonna work, bro. The only way you give a chance is when you give him a chance.
Bridging, at the same point I make earlier, Bridging, I say if Gusto and the man and Buffon can step down and say, you know what, I feel my country, Bridging. We get a chance and I feel it, Bridging. We have to start scratch, Bridging. We have a chance where we have to start scratch and have a.
But that's weakness. That's weakness. You feel it. That's weakness.
Bro, this is a football business, bro. No. It's not a monopoly or no monarchy, bro. You nobody run this, bro.
Exactly. You can't run this, bro. You can't run this, bro. Chance and you know you step down, Bridging.
Yo, boss. Come back a while. Come back, brother. Fisherman here, just come back. Give me a talk.
Come here, fisherman. Come here with a point.
They're gonna talk a long time. Me busy.
Come on.
Anyway, me just see that you want to talk about Bailey, about the Bailey thing. Wow, with Speed and Bailey, you not talk about.
Oh, brother, we just have to man to bash you.
And the one
me think. Look here,
You see Bailey now? Me think say Bailey now if we take a break from the national team.
But yeah,
Bailey no bring nothing to the team. Right now, Bailey can call it a day and concentrate on his club. I don't think Bailey...
We need to look into the Virgin. Before the coach get higher, Virgin, we know that the coach have a few toxic relationship with certain players. But yes, they will still appoint him as a coach. You can't do that, Virgin.
The coach says them don't have no problem with the player.
But you can't say everybody know that, Virgin. Everybody know that, Virgin.
Everybody know. What do you know? What was the player? I'm speed of friend, man. Yeah, speed of friend.
Let me finish talk with me and let me talk and go back to the way me I do now, man. As me say, Bailey right now, where Speed with it, where Speed come out and say, I don't have a problem. Where Speed do. Because you see, Bailey, every time him come and perform, he find excuse. Either him fling it on the federation or him fling it on the coach. Or him fling it on the field. Him always have an excuse. That's his same thing. And him never can, him don't make the team better. And you have people now, because you have people who praise people when they have money, You see, when they have money, people say, you mustn't bash them. You know, say the man have money. That's going right now. And status people are dealing with it, Well, me not deal with no status thing. Me have one man who used to back with one time. See,
One question, one quick question. All right, the question.
What do you have to do with football, brother? What are you talking about? A ball, we are talking about.
The question.
Fisherman make a point and I'll cut off the man 9 point, bro.
No, I'm done, man. Finish, Fisherman. Finish.
As I'm saying still, you see Bailey can chill out now, concentrate on his top career and see how far he can go. I don't think the national team, him try his best and it not work out. He just can't, as he come on to the national team, there is something he can't manage for the national team. So I think if he don't get called back to the national team, I don't have a problem because I don't think we're going to miss anything. And if everybody should be truthful here, everybody should be truthfully right here, so Bailey don't bring nothing to the national team. Not at God and God and
you cannot be like him. You can't just single out
that's nice. That's nice.
But the argument, listen, I'm a supporter of Bailey. I'm a supporter of Bailey. I'll be honest with you. After the Unity Cup, I realized the Bailey not really to do too much for the team,
I have an next point.
You can ask the question now.
Go on, Papa, go on.
Yeah. So the question I want to ask is, if you guys know that this situation was in the public long before Speed got the job, where Craig Butler came out publicly stating that Speed sabotages players, Leon Bailey from a longer time.
Thank you. So
that's the question I want to ask. And is it wrong for Speed to say that, on his defense in public, to answer back all the critics and people saying that who believe that he did other issue with Leon Bailey and so on, and the player and these players? So is it not fair for Speed to come and talk about it?
No, but I make somebody go first, but me I go answer that question.
It is very clear.
Speed has done to the program.
Carla, that's a perfect point. That's my point. Carla.
Answer the question, Is it that we must talk about the track record of Rudolph Speid destroying Jamaican football?
No, yeah, sure from the point. I'm going to answer the question. We just asked.
Leon Bailey wrong, Rudolph Speid wrong. Two of them left Jamaican.
No. I'm asking if it's
Jamaican football alone.
Big man, let me answer that question. Big man, answer that question.
All right, you never answer the question. It's okay.
Let me answer the question for you, man. No, man, let me answer the question for you. So, me get inside knowledge from somebody what JT probably know. What they're on the team. And everything you hear Butler say about Speed sabotaging Leon Bailey is a lie. I tell you. Unless the man in the national program a lie. JT no want me talk and me talk to him one away. That man said it's a lie.
Charlotte, any man that can say anything.
Yo, you know Butler? Butler I like man walk the planet, you know. Butler I like.
All right,
Butler
you lie, but brother, no go look on the evidence, man. The man said, Bailey has scored goal, man.
Butler said my boy that signed the Chelsea senior team. Butler said my boy that signed the Chelsea senior team. Remember that?
Me personally think it's fair for Speed to come out and speak on the matter, because this is something that is in the space for how much years and
Then him not talk about their Speed. Speed said Bailey call him for a meeting. Speed said Bailey call him for a meeting. And Bailey explained to him. And Speed said him said to Bailey, me don't have no problem. I don't have no problem with you, Regina. I don't know what you're talking about.
So when people are coming and use this game Speed now, me I say, yo, like, them figure where this come from. Them figure not because him got on coach now. Him not to talk about it.
The problem is Speed ban Butler from football for a while. Speed and ban Butler. And Butler have a personal vendetta against Speed. So Butler uses players.
Yo, I never Speed ban Butler, my boss.
Never Speed ban Butler. What him say? Speed ban him. Every interview him say Speed ban him.
No, sir.
Every interview you watch, man say Speed ban him from
football. No, sir, I never say Speed ban him, man.
Guys, allow me to tell.
No. Speed never Speed ban him.
Me not say Speed ban him. Me say every interview Butler do, him say a Speed ban him.
No, we never hear him say a Speed ban him still.
Where you need to go back and watch the interview then, brother. When me tell you things when me hear time one more by interviews and things.
I never Speed ban him still.
I have a question. I have a question for everybody. How come Speed get the job over Miguel Coley?
Yeah.
Because he was preferred by the board to get the job over Miguel Coley.
He was preferred by the
president and the board.
You're lying, Anthony. When the board said they want Miguel Coley, he said him jump up and said nothing like that and walk out of the meeting.
I can't prove that. I don't know. Here said that. That 100% accurate.
I want to Jamaica.
I don't know. As well, Anthony.
Me have to find out from somebody. Yes,
that's all.
Me love Years. The man I love Years, man. Me have to find out from somebody.
So we love so still, you know.
Yeah, man. They love a mix up, man. Mix up.
Yeah, man. I think that.
JT, we need to invite Speed on the program. We need to find a way to invite Speed on this program.
You know what? We don't want to get no evidence. You know, we don't want to hear somebody say something and we carry it. One somebody and we just spread it all over and so we see it.
So you're talking to Fisherman.
Brother, I saw Jamaica.
Like wildfire, Fisherman, like wildfire.
Yeah, man. So Jamaica.
Just my brethren from over Long Island, sometimes I vex with him because me is a man I chat with Bailey. I tried with Bailey from Bailey. They have Belgium. From them, I said Bailey have a play for Belgium. You used to be a fan of Bailey. And because my sister the youth corrupt, and me I go against him now. The man make it look like a bad mind the youth and all them things.
No, me never say that. Me never say bad mind. But I want him to point out, promote it. He said, I want him to say, if the man said, me I go based on what the man said. If the man said he did not get any detail and there was not enough detail, I think that's a problem. That's it.
But me I tell you, Bailey corrupt. So you can't. So you have to.
You never hear Bailey say him then come a stadium to watch. You never hear.
But Fisherman, what me talk about, me talk about the game, me talk about the game. Me don't know about the personal business. You don't know what speak, what a night time.
Bailey do an interview and Bailey say Bailey say
him never perform. Him say I feel. Anytime him up say I feel like that.
No, Fisherman. To be honest with you, this is one of the reasons why me say me have a problem with. This is one of the reasons why me personally have a problem with Speed coaching the team. And the most me ever see Jamaica and them run until they're tired, until they all they want dead from the field. I first never see that. Never be honest with
you. Speed no corrupt, Fisherman.
And the discipline. The discipline was intact.
The discipline, and the man run out their heart. That's how referee have to lift up our referee.
Fisherman answer question, Speed no corrupt.
Never be honest with you.
All Fisherman to know Speed corrupt. Fisherman
investigator. No, you and Bailey corrupt.
No, him no say.
Him no say talk corrupt. Him talk
Listen,
out.
who know? Hey, they are telling you, listen, who know Jamaican?
The man talk out, brother. Leon Bailey come up.
I who know, hey, I who know mash up Jamaica football along there, you know?
Yo, Midge. You know what you see, man? You see the devil possess them. And that is Leon Bailey.
Man, talk the rubbish, man. You ever see the devil yet?
Yo, Blue Bone, I'm mad this year.
Yo, big man. One night me up on the ends up in a league and it. And see Leon Bailey coming in him nice car and thing and me say the man pass me, brother. The vibes. What? The man about
that's like a bad man, that's like a bad man.
Yo, the man about every spirit I walk with. Brother, me say the man about
Blue Mountain, them arguments are still, I'm not really business with them arguments. You see them
big man, what's on?
You see, I'm on personal team, you know, really business about that.
Me say when the man pass me, brother. The man give me a negative vibe, brother. The man give me a negative vibe. Me not talk about even. The man corrupt, brother. Me watch interview with the man and the man corrupt.
Well, at this point, we reach right now. After seeing we not qualify for this the easiest group we ever see. Craig Butler, Ricketts, and Speid. And Bailey.
But Ghost, let me ask you a question. Ghost, let me ask you a question. Yeah. Who select Leon Bailey to be on the team?
Speid.
Okay. Who made Leon Bailey play the 100 and some hours out there?
Speid.
All right, so what are we talking about, bro? Like the common sense.
So what is your point?
My point is,
here's my point to you. Who selected Speid?
Man? What is his point?
Who selected Speid?
Allegedly.
Yes, you understand. Yes, you understand. Let me tell you something, my youth. You see, that's why me no want to hear none of talk about man that choose people over Jamaican and then treat people better than Jamaican. Can you see how beat Speid? Me no want to hear that.
We are dealing with Speid, honestly, and everything. We are dealing with Leon Bailey same way.
Nobody now beat Ricketts. Nobody now talk about Ricketts.
Ricketts a follower. In no talk.
Bailey have a corrupt personality.
Speid corrupt, man. Speid corrupt. Say Speid corrupt, man.
My youth, when you see Bailey, when you see Bailey like you never enjoy the game.
Man.
Blue Mountain, you know, say I just him take him kudos from him
the man have me I tell you, the man listen.
I'm feeding to them, man.
He might not be corrupt in my head, but him show a corrupt personality. Big man.
The same thing him feed to Bailey, and the same thing him feed to Whisper.
All right.
If
JT remember when him ask who pick on the side for the playoff, you know. Me pick Bailey, you know. Cause me I say, you know, so I feel like Bailey have to prove himself. And then the man come and flop again. Me give up on the youth. Give up. Me wish him all the best, Aston Villa. Me wish him all the success. You know, when a bad mind, man. We want to see the yard youth them reach somewhere else. But him for just leave the national team.
I'm wish Speid all the best Cavaliers.
Me wish him all the best for the national team too.
No national team.
We tired of them now.
Yeah,
tired of the whole of them.
You know, you're corrupt too.
We're not corrupt. I told none of them.
Nah, man, you're corrupt
None
too,
of
man.
them. None of them. We don't want none of them run the national team. Craig Butler, Leon Bailey, Ricketts, and Speed. Must go.
Right now, everybody feel Jamaica. Everybody, even Grimison. When the Grimison come here, Ryan, and my boss, and then 2 weeks after me, Ryan, all of them could think about that. We not talk about no Ryan or man. I talk about them, all of them for go.
Corrupt. All of them for go. Because everybody knows that Ryan compromised when he come out to Craig Butler. Everybody know that.
No, man, you know, Ryan get a free at some Bailey, so he must be nice, right?
Everybody know that say him compromise when he come out to Craig Butler. And him and Speed need to go, brother. Me I tell you the truth. Him do too much mess in Jamaica football to give him an next chance, man. On a reward somebody on a reward Rudolph Speid for all the way him do to Jamaican football. On one reward that. I don't understand that in Jamaica.
You know, I'm here to do no name something when me here when I come up with man to Jamaica, the old man destroy Jamaica football and all nonsense and shit.
You're not talking now. You're not talking.
So me buy a boots for a youth yet I want to get up and talk about man who spend millions in a Jamaica football. You come and tell them about them destroy Jamaica football. Buy a boots for a youth in our community. I'm not going to spend millions of dollars in a football in a country that talk about them destroy Jamaica football.
Just wipe out everything from the roots.
I think man destroy Jamaica football.
Yeah, 100% big man. 100%. I can't tell the man them.
Come up with no shit about destroy Jamaica football. Boy, man, name destroy Jamaica football. Someone sit up on the sideline and just shot. You know how much things them man have when them they go to and have them youth in Jamaica and talk about them and destroy Jamaica football.
So we pay a few how much things him do.
So them do the votes and somebody is actually. But sometimes they destroy Jamaica football, man. And them man they just struggle with Jamaica football, don't they?
The man them need to go. The man them need to go. And you follow back of them fisherman. You come on for YouTube and follow back of them.
Who you gonna put in place?
I saw you look for life. Everybody can fit the position. Somebody new need to come. Who? Gone away be dead. Who are run Grace Kennedy?
Hey, you better be careful, because me don't want to see Crispy run the national program, you know.
Who is Christy?
I mean, I grew up.
Christy.
More ask one question. Right? This is the question. Is it that Speed failed the country in its two posts, which is technical chair and also coach? Did he fail the country?
By far. But you see your unseen. Everybody knows that Speed call you and give one because sea license, you know. That's why you're licking boot. So everybody knows that you're not had nothing. You're not had nothing. You can't come and talk about Speed, you know.
Me beat Unseen already, but Unseen, me beat Unseen already, Unseen, right? Can I see Unseen pick a team for Jamaica already? I'm going to ask if I can't league him play.
Let me tell you. So him compromising, you know. Unseen compromising, you know.
No, man, Unseen a compromise, man.
Yes, man, he compromised.
The man does a fear you.
The whole Jamaica knows say Unseen compromise.
Who did I instructor when I do license, brother?
The man is just a fear you like me, you see me? Unseen is a fear you like me.
Unseen fear?
You see them man, you see that when I talk. You see, if you not come and tear down and tell a man say them are this and them are thief and them are that, you know, you are them boot the car, you know. And that them man, you know. Them man are here. This man are here. If you don't come and tell the man, them say them are thief.
You
have to be the better
compromise.
person by not trying to
Every
spread.
man,
What a cool thing.
if you
hear mention go man a thief and this and that.
Yeah, man. It come like that. So anyone who will come here say that Speed a thief. No, I said that anyway, man. They never fool them pocket, man. If we come here, so anybody will come here and say that. I bet you won't tell them to
Fisherman.
You won't tell them to say it. That to the wall.
You need to go, Fisherman. You need to go. Just like Speed. Just like Speed and Bailey and Butler. You know who all needs to go.
Let me stop short. Let me stop short.
Me just ask a question.
Let me stop short.
Your question and no based on the something. Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm in the finish. I'm in the finish.
I can't see asking question.
Ask the question.
Hold on, I can finish, man.
Look here, control the chat and mute him, please.
I can question again, Ansi.
You're compromised. You're compromised, Ansi.
Big man, I'm the man asking question, man. Come on,
yeah.
The man. Yeah,
In mute. So I'm ask the question again. Is it that Speed failed in the technical chairman position and also as a coach? And the next part of the question is qualifying to the World Cup. Is that the benchmark to say someone failed the coach? To say someone failed the country. There are other different areas there.
Yes.
That is important.
Good question, Carla.
All right.
You want to know the truth? Under 17, in fail the U20.
You want to know the truth?
In fail
Hold on. Big man.
The senior team.
My question sensible. Speed might have made some bad decision, but Speed did not fail the country. Speed is not out there playing the football. The players are out there.
Stop that.
Oh, you mean say, so no one put the player back Speed like a Speed out there.
Brother, he was in charge, one of the main charge of, like the Bridget said, more than one different position, Bridget. If you feel forget the keys to the post right now, Bridget, you have to reach it.
Was Speed the captain on the field? Was he the one?
It don't matter, Bridget, him have him on some big decision that was made and it failed, Bridget. That I'm trying to tell you.
Big man.
That I'm trying to tell you from the jump, Bridget.
Remember the coach went to under 17, under 20.
This man can step down, Bridget.
Remember them sitting there. Remember the 15 over the under 20 game.
You want
the 15 over the under 20 game.
To do with Speed, we wasn't good enough. We're still not good enough. We're still not good enough.
Remember nothing, man. Remember nothing. But all of them
ask the next question. Is the reform of the coaching school we had over the years?
Where go Trinidad license here when I come contact.
Hold on, man. I'm finish, brother.
Which part of the world can go with the Trinidad license? Eh? Which part of the world can coach with the Trinidad license?
Let me finish what I'm talking about.
Oh, you don't want to answer that.
You
see what you do, man. I say we are tear down the building and you tear down the man now. I tear
down the man. You tear down the football.
You tear down the drain. $12 million we could have built up Jamaican football.
No, we have some standard, brother. You're not ready, man. That's a matter, man.
That is not the question. The question I'm asking.
Me disagree still.
$12 million.
I never know if it's Trinidad license or upon the paper name Kanga Cup. I never know it's Trinidad license, my boss. That's the first thing. Is that Trinidad license?
When they could never come out get work with it. When they could never come out get work with it. When you play chatty man down the man.
Ansi, remember the man don't know what is a professional license, you know.
Reggie,
it's difficult reason with somebody who emotional. Because he's very emotional.
Who tell the truth? Somebody who tell the truth.
No, you're emotional, my boss. Just say it, man. Emotional. I have personal vendetta.
Una mash up a football on Jamaica that
Your personal
Anytime
vendetta.
people agree with Andy, they emotional.
Brother, if you're not emotional about your team,
Yeah,
your team will
bro.
fail, brother. Then something wrong with you, brother. If you're not emotional about your team, will fail massively.
I'm not
Then something
emotional
wrong
about
with
the
you.
$12 million we got them in trade.
No,
Because you're not emotional, you're not talk
you're the man
about the
at all.
football, brother. Then, brother, don't talk about the football if you're not emotional about the feeling, brother.
You're the man at all, Virgin. The man at all about
You mean?
Trinidad lice and all them something. Be madness.
You don't know about
And the
that.
12 million we gone with. And the 12 million we gone.
12 million
$12.5 million.
I mean, ask a question and all. No, you can't answer a question. Listen.
You know how much feel I could have been at Jamaica?
But ask him the question is it that?
Shut up and come off my program. You compromise.
Is it that?
Yeah, man,
Is it that? Speed. Feel.
We're not do the disrespecting for the program to the man shut up and come off my program. We're not do that, run after, brother.
They are low blow.
All right.
Enough youth are going to lose out because the man them feel, brother.
Yeah, you need a break up. Come to now.
We just need the same energy.
Let me just throw a question out there to everybody on the panel. We can agree that the coaches fail. But
exactly.
But can we also agree that the players that we have are not really good either? They're not really good, bro. I think our expectations from some of these players.
They're not going to admit JT because Leon Bailey night. They're not going to admit.
Yeah.
If you're not set up a team properly, brother, forget success, you're not going to get money, brother. Regardless.
So you said through the whole campaign, none of the time the team was set up properly.
No, brother. You know, see that every time they select different players, bro. They don't have a plan. There's no structural way of playing. You have to get new information, new players. You can't win the year, brother, when everybody else prepared. And you're the one that's not prepared. Even if you have the best players, you're going to fail, brother. If we are doing job, I'm more prepared than you, brother. Even if you're more talented, I'm going to beat you.
Where you make out that JT? That sound fair?
Yeah, that sounds fair. So that sounds fair. But I'm gonna bring in lead.
That sounds like a fair statement.
Well, let me bring in
preparation also.
Hold on, let me bring in leader. Let me bring in leader. Leader, unmute your mic. I know that most people been calling out the coaches. Leader, you don't think that some of the players? Cause me too, I said the coach, the blame should go around. I feel like we expect too much from these mediocre players that we have. We realize a lot of our players are not as good as we thought. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, as Mr. Speid said, I don't think Mr. Speid could have give Leon Bailey any instruction to make him retain the ball more. He lost the ball 80% of the time. You know, he got the ball, but he 80 at time and lose it over 50.
And that's in 80% of game that he played for Jamaica.
Yeah, go ahead, leader. Go ahead.
Yeah, so hold on. Am I clear?
Yes. We're live.
Go on.
Okay. No, well, there's nothing wrong with what you just said, It's basically spot on, but you have to look at it, They might not be as good as they think, but they are the best that we might have. That's one of the things. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so you say,
just to add to that, leader and Issa, don't you think we should bring a local-based team to the Unity Cup to just see what we have instead of bringing the same guys who didn't qualify?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah?
No.
And there's a reason why you don't think so. Maybe we don't know, because this is my thinking. You join on both devices, so take off one, Mr. Leader. Good. All right, perfect. So this is probably my thinking and JT's thinking is that there is nothing that we are preparing for right now. So that's why we would opt to use a squad that we can try to learn something about these players going forward. Is it that you have a different mindset of why you would like a stronger team to be selected?
What's going to be there? Because the team is selected already, You guys know that?
No,
okay.
But continue.
Well, I mean, the thing is in me.
No, we don't know say selected because we don't even have a coach. So, we don't know. But go ahead.
They would. So hold on. As bad as things are, I would imagine that the JFF, because remember now, they still have to contact the players.
Mm-hmm.
They still have to get permission from the clubs for them to
people
play.
Have to get visa, etc., etc.
The people for visas went the other day. I think that day or so ago. The ones who are going, so those are known, right?
Okay.
The local ones. It's not a lot, like what some of you might think, right? And the overseas ones have been notified, and it's just to find out whether or not the club will be okay with them playing, because even though they are out of season, they still have to get permission.
Okay, but the point that I wanted you to stick to was, what is the reasoning behind getting such a strong squad? Is it that we are preparing for something? What is the reason?
Of course, you're preparing.
You don't know, Issa.
No, man,
something going down the line.
Issa, you don't know why. Issa, you don't know why.
I said I don't know, so I'm asking him the question. So he cannot.
Issa, let me answer it for you.
Answer it.
You cannot bring local player when Rudolph Speid go over there, a coach a team and lose badly. Because that are gonna make worse appeal.
No, it's not going to make it worse. Hold on. No.
Sense, man.
No, listen.
Rudolph Speid don't like to lose.
That's right. You got it. He does not like. If it's Jackson going to play, him not going to put out a team to lose. Him not believe in that.
He do not like to lose, and you must understand that him not like to lose, and him want to build in reputation. Right now, the board member them don't agree with him, and he want to build them confidence too. You can't take up no whole heap of local player go play that, brother.
Okay.
I'm money involved, you know. I'm money, you know.
Okay. So here's another thing too. Here's why I wouldn't want him to bring all the local players. I would want him to bring even the new players them that they just called in the squad that just played the other day in the field, in the field of playoff, because it would give it would actually give the players. Let me finish. It would actually give the players them more time to play together and know each other.
You want to know who don't answer them call yet?
Oh.
Well, I can tell you, Whisper all know has not acknowledged the JFF's invitation.
We don't want Whisper team.
But we don't know why they even call Whisper in the first place.
We don't want Whisper team. We don't want nothing to do with Craig Butler and him play them.
Yeah, man, them toxic, man.
Them toxic, then if you leave a program. Whisper to the call. Hey, Whisper to the call for national team.
The narrative that will come out. The narrative that will come out. The narrative that will come out is that Mr. Speid don't want him in there. But they have been trying to contact him and he has not been responding.
JT, SMS, yeah?
So there are some local players. They are basic. If anybody want to find out, just them could check answer who went for visas.
Right.
For once, they're not going to be a whole heap of local goalkeepers.
Tell me the squad, brother.
JT.
Tell me the squad. May I ask the squad there, brother?
I can tell you, it's probably only one local goalkeeper compared to when we went before and they had like all three.
But how much name couple play in that squad, no man? So like, you know that.
No, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm going to guess now. So like we're going to England, I would imagine that Qualifiers Boys Craft will be there. I'm going to guess. Okay? Just my guess. Makes sense, don't it?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Knowing how Speid, if Speid is a coach.
The leader has Speid as coach.
If Speid is a coach.
As Speid as the coach. If the president says.
If Speid is the coach, I will expect to see some young players.
Leader.
That.
Remember your life, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying if. I don't know, you know. All of these things are my opinion.
Okay.
Based off of knowing how Rudolph Speid is. If he's the coach. So I can, you know. So I imagine that we're going to see some young players coming because that's part of his DNA. He likes using those young players. You know, so I imagine we might see some players coming in that some bright young prospects, because I think we got some good prospects the other day when we saw Mason Clark coming in and so on. And I expect to see some more of that. Some more bright young prospects that England might be on their way for. Or maybe some other country in Europe might be on their way for. So,
What age group do you think the youngsters, like 20 or younger?
Yeah, around that. Around 20 or maybe a little younger. Yeah, that's how once you reach over the age, you're not a prospect again.
Okay.
I think.
So 20, okay.
A couple, yeah. A couple of them in there.
I tell you, Mr. McCann play for Jamaica then.
Leader, if you care to speak about this too, in regards to the Unity Cup squad, I heard that a certain local club is not allowing their players to go who are called. Is any truth to that?
Well, if I was a little bird and I was outside the embassy, I'm sure I saw people in the blue shirts going in. So I don't think that's true.
Okay, so that rumor...
I don't think so. No, I don't know. I said my opinion.
What happened to Adrian
so.
Reed? What happened to Adrian Reed? I remember that Adrian Reed was considered a top prospect at one point. Because I know he was force ripe, But what happened to him?
The man not good.
No, I don't say that.
Leader is in scouting, so let leader speak about him player. Go ahead, leader.
It's not my player.
I mean, you have scout him or something.
Anyway. The young is having one better. The latter part of the season here, he is actually, if you guys have been watching him, he has had one of the better seasons in the latter part here. I think they have managed, the new coaching staff at Cavalier, I think have managed to get the best out of him, and he is really doing well, scoring, coming on, controlling the game, doing everything he's supposed to do correctly. So
he's back on track now, you're saying?
I think so. Can you realize that Cavalier has a new coaching staff, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just make it know. Some people might not know and might still feel that Rudolph Speid is still the person there. So I think they have made some changes with that.
What can you say also about this? Go ahead.
Quick question, leader. Does Rudolph Speid still own Cavalier?
I don't know. I really don't know who owns Cavalier. So I can't say.
So you don't know who owns Cavalier?
Actually, no.
No, okay. All right.
Hold on there. Who told you that Rudolph Speid was the actual owner for Cavalier?
I'm asking you the question, leader. So
as far as I know, from some time back, if you were to go on a piece of paper, I don't think Rudolph Speid is the sole owner of Cavalier at all.
But he has a percentage in it, right?
I think it's a limited liability company with shareholders.
Question, so he has a percentage in it, right?
I don't know.
Okay, all right, no problem. Go ahead, Issa.
Yeah, I was saying to also, you think
Hold on, let me just clarify something here. Hold on, let me clarify something here, quick. You realize that Craig Butler does not own Phoenix. Just put it in perspective. Continue now.
But you know why Craig Butler don't own Phoenix, right?
All I know is his daughter owns Phoenix.
Okay, but we all know why Craig Butler don't own Phoenix. I don't want to even go there, but I'll just ask you a question about...
You'd have to tell me on that. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll just ask you. I mean, I think you and Speid is very close. So this is why I asked the question, because I don't know if he has any percentage or own Cavaliers. That's why I asked the question.
Oh, but you know that but you're telling me something about Craig Butler now that everybody knows, and I don't. So why don't you clarify that?
All you have to do is just dig it up, read it. It's all over. But you said you don't know anything about Cavaliers, Speid owning Cavaliers. No problem. I'll do the research myself.
Yeah, I think I should.
Okay.
Back to the Unity Cup, Peter. So you said that we can dispel you said from your interpretation, we can dispel the rumor that a certain JPL team was stopping their players from going to the embassy to represent the national team in this tournament.
Well,
and you said, by your interpretation, you might have seen some of those players.
No, I didn't say that. I said if I was a bird.
Yes, you probably would have seen some of those players. So we can dispel that rumor then.
Yeah,
because that rumor is heavily out there that those players were stopped from going to represent the team. So there is no truth to that argument.
I don't think any local club is going to really stand out and do that. You might have differences at some stage, but there's always time for consolation. That's how I see it.
Okay, so those players, if picked, will be a part of that squad. And currently, I mean, a lot of the times, most of the players that get into the squad are from that particular team. Any other teams that you might be able to tell us that have players who should be?
Just look at the performance. I think the performance of people in the JPL will help them pick themselves.
The leader,
That's as simple as that.
It's how big is the squad?
I don't know.
No, give us a ballpark. Just 23, 25,
30.
I don't think they're going to carry around the same amount that they carried the last time. And then other thing is that, remember, they're going to be there they're going to have about 5-6 days. So the key thing is that you want to try to get some, chemistry with whatever new players are coming in. So that's the key thing.
So we're looking at 23 to 25 then?
I imagine so.
Okay.
Have you seen them go with more than that?
No.
And them say everybody have to have their Jamaican passport.
I would expect so. But the type of match it is, friendly it is, you have to.
But leader, this is the same thing that happened the last time, with this player, what's his name? Somebody remind me of name, man. Him come on at the last game. Him play for him and Bibi son play for the same team. What's his name, leader? Let's see the player case.
Like a young boy.
Yeah, man. Him play for. Him used to play at Chelsea. What's his name, man? I want to tell you this. This is the same exact thing what them said the last time. You have to have it. And that kid, and Steve McLaren come out and say him having passport, and that kid never have no passport, and he played. So I don't know, is this time the teams agree that definitely that's not going to happen? Players have to have them passport, or this is something that can change if the teams agree to it.
So in competitions outside of a FIFA window, teams can actually agree on that.
Right.
But one of the things I think that it does is it devalues the type of match that it is.
Okay.
You understand what that means, right?
Yeah, I understand what that means.
Right, it devalues the match. So literally, by doing that, you devalue. If you were to win it, your win won't count
to the point,
like for any significant points, right? So if you stick with certain things, and it's like a B-class match, because if you defeat Nigeria, that's significant. You don't want to go defeat them and then no, it don't count.
I was determined to ask a question who own Cavalier Club. I was trying to look it up, see if I could Google information. I didn't even know it was around that long.
Yeah, long time Cavalier the boat.
Yeah, it's been around from
this club in Jamaica.
It's been around from 1962, but it used to be called Duncan's Destroyer.
Duncan Destroyer.
No. That's a nickname.
But they are saying that it was officially that name. That's what when we research that it has said.
No. Yeah, that's what it says.
Not everything on the internet is that. It has always been Cavalier, as far as I know. But it was nicknamed the Duncan Destroyer after the founder, Leighton Duncan.
So nobody, they never played under that name?
Well, as far as I know.
It says this is what we pick it.
Yeah, because they
never played under that name. It's a nickname.
It's a nickname. So they have never played like officially under that name, Duncan Destroyer.
No, always Cavalier. Cavalier.
Okay.
It's the founder's name, Leighton Duncan, and they call them that.
It said they were also then known as Duncan Destroyer.
Well,
yeah, they were known as.
We can take it from them then. If I saw them,
it's known as that. That's what I mean by that. It's also known
but
as.
But I didn't know it's been around so long because in my time, me know the Reno, the Wadada, the Siba, the Galaxy, those teams I know used to be in the Premier League.
Okay, did you know that
the rivalry used to be between Cavaliers and Santos.
No, I'm going to give you some big history here now. Did you know that Cavalier is the only Jamaican club, right, to have, I think, let me see now, let me just get it correct, to have played against English premiers at and junior level. Okay, did you know that?
No.
Say it again.
Cavalier played against in that stadium.
You were breaking up.
I said Cavalier played against Chelsea in the National Stadium way back.
Yes.
And
Santos.
This is more
and
recent.
Santos.
And then later on, more modern history, we played against Tottenham Hotspur at the youth level.
But based on this, it says face Santos and the late legendary Pele.
Yes.
So Pele was playing that then.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing history to know.
So it was what I would say. It was a leadership centric club. So when Leighton Duncan passed off, it went into a slump, and around the time you know about the Renos and so on, it was not. I think just a little bit after it won the Premier League.
But back to the national program now. You see, on a serious note, I'm there, Sabash Bailey. I still want to see him strive. I don't want to talk about him no more. But I feel like this is not the first time Jamaica been in this type of situation, because a lot of people don't know that we had one game to go to World Cup 1966 and we was leading the game 2-0 and Mexico come back and beat us 3-2. So we have to learn how to win. And that is what Jamaica need to learn how to do. Need to learn how to win and need to learn how to defend goals and win game, because the Trinidadian game, even though we went there defensive, we should have had that game in the bag. What can we do going forward? What can we do going forward? That's what we need to talk about. Because I think the problem is bigger than that. And Speed, I think the problem is bigger than Leon B problem. But
sorry about that, folks. I think the phone just basically just move off for me. Yeah, it was Mother Still. Unseen talking about Speed. I want to hear from the player if Whisper is toxic around the team. This individual is saying. Yeah, I'm hearing that they've been trying to contact Dujon Whisper about the Unity Cup and he hasn't replied. So I guess it's World Cup he wants to play. That's his problem. I don't think Jamaica will be losing any sleep if Dujon Whisper doesn't come and play. So that's up to Dujon Whisper how he wants to go about things. If he doesn't want to play in the Unity Cup, let him stay. I don't think Rudolph Speid and Miguel Coley and the coaching staff should be upset that Dujon Whisper don't want to play. If he wants to feel away, that's his problem. The Unity Cup will more help him. He technically doesn't have a club. He doesn't have a club. So if he doesn't want to play in the Unity Cup, that's his problem, bro. If Dujon Whisper don't want to play in the Unity Cup, let him stay. Let him stay, Conrad. He needs a club this summer because he's not going back to Chelsea to play. So the Unity Cup would most likely help him more than it would help anybody else. So if he doesn't want to play, let him stay, as some people would say. So that's up to Dujon Whisper He made his bed. He has to lay in it. JT, same player them want play the 2 games. Call them back. Okay, Whisper was released. No, he's not released, but he's not gonna play for the Chelsea first team. No way. He's not gonna play for the Chelsea first team, so they're gonna have to send him somewhere on loan, right? His contract ends. I think his contract ends next year or the end of this year. So I don't know. You know, that's when his contract ends. So he has to determine how he wants to do this for his future. Yeah, they can't. They're not supposed to just sit there and Whisper do what he wants to do, bro. Whisper is still a kid with 2 picnic in England right now, and because we don't know, as we said, you have to be really good to leave Chelsea and come back and play. Everybody knows that. For you to leave Chelsea and come back and play, you gotta be very good, and you have to go back. You have to go somewhere and really perform for Chelsea to say, okay, we want this player back. Let him come back and we bring him back in the fold. We do so good and none of our kids not there, says Conrad Smith. Let me read this comment here. Well, all I can say, some players were forced on coaches over the years to continue. So, yeah. So that's my take on that, bro. I'm not gonna be sitting here saying this is bad mind again. Yeah, man, Dunk, it's bad mind. Yeah, you know we're used to that. As I always say, when Jamaicans cannot have a discussion with you, they just call you bad mind. You know, it is bad mind. I accept. It's bad mind. Then you don't have anything else to say then, because it's bad mind. So we move on. Let me just.
Political answer.
Let me just tell these
So
people.
I know that. But
When you see something that looks like almost a targeted and planned thing, it's normally a targeted and planned.
I know that, but when you listen to
it's
Bro,
who and
nobody
why.
don't bad mind Whisper, brother. If they call him and he doesn't want to play, that's his business.
bro, if you
He
talk
doesn't
bad,
get any
bro,
special
you
treatment.
cannot criticize. If you criticize Bailey and Whisper them, you're bad mind. That's why I can't.
I guess we're bad
If you criticize Bailey, if you criticize Whisper, if you criticize any of the local players, them you're bad mind. Them can't criticize Speed and we don't call them bad mind. This is what we can't understand.
Blue Mountain for me, bro, from a perspective of.
Hold on. This is like I'm question. Was it the team in both matches? Their
Stop this everybody call.
Technical difficulty here.
I'm gonna say something right now, and many people not gonna agree with me. I see things in this World Cup campaign that a coach shouldn't be teaching a professional player. Therefore, I put a large percent, probably more of the blame on the players than the coaches. A coach not supposed to tell us you need to pass the ball and move. Or a coach is supposed to tell us you have to stand up and wait for the ball. A coach is supposed to tell us when you try to score a goal, you try to collect the ball in attacking positions. A coach is supposed to tell you those things. So, I don't say the coach don't have their faults. I don't say the federation don't have their fault. But the players need to be blamed more. The players need to be blamed. I said the man them passing the ball and standing up. Not moving in space, not doing anything. These are some of the first things, these are some of the fundamental things you first learn when you start playing football.
Who picked the field of them?
Brethren, it doesn't matter because every player go up on the field do the same thing. It doesn't matter, all the players them do the same thing.
Who picked them?
Big man.
How would that attack?
Big man. No coach no pick the player and tell himself to be static. Coach I got to tell you move for the ball. Every coach I got to tell you that.
I chucking bastard.
But see, no, that's Ghost.
Oh.
Duppy, bro, Duppy. No, we don't know how to help you.
I don't know. That's why I don't want to make the point, you know.
Me feel like the players them deserve more blame than the coach, brother.
I don't feel so. I don't think so.
Because a textbook thing, me see the players them I make. Textbook mistake, me see the players them I make. So, brother, we have to rethink what we are saying. And if we get so much coach from 98 to now, and it's the same result, that's where it's not the coach them. That's where it's the players them. Either the players them not good enough or them not care.
Bro,
and I'm with Chris P. We are just not good enough.
You think we have better players now than what we had in 2017?
No.
Let me ask you again. Do you think we have better players now than what we had in 2017?
No.
Why?
And when? Yes, we do.
2017.
No.
Yes.
We don't
Why you say that? Why you say that?
I think the players that we have during Whitmore time. I think as terrible as they were, I think we would have.
Or 2011 and 2008, which what we're talking
2017.
Right.
Listen,
2017,
right.
18. When we made it to the finals of the Gold Cup.
Those players
no, they were not better. No way.
They were better. They were better players.
When we made it there with we went there with Whitmore and went there with Schaefer.
There was better players.
So, let me say something.
Bro.
Hold on. Let me say something. No, let me say. Just listen to me a little here. No, if you look at the caliber of players that were there, we just base off of it, you know. The majority of the biggest name, and that's who came later on, was Wes Morgan, right? Most of the others, we didn't have any players in the top tier of English football. None of those players, right, had either been seen as likely candidates for England or anything like that, right? The majority of players that we are getting now are either former youth international for England or England C players or something like that.
I can agree with what you're saying, but I am telling you, the players before is better than the players now.
Before, no. What was the difference? Was the players before?
Let me follow up.
Them over a number of years and got them to a certain stage.
I play it safe way.
Because I think Whitmore actually get the best out of even Michael Lecter. Because when Michael Lecter was playing defensive midfielder for Whitmore, he was playing very good.
All right, let me follow up. So I asked that question because this man is saying him blame the players them more than the coaching staff or whatever, right? I think we have better players now. Far better.
No.
Bro, the players don't have now compared to 2017 night and day.
Far better.
Night and day.
I don't think so.
Bro, night and day. What we had in 2017, 2018 was a team.
But not only that,
that's the difference.
Not only that, it was a team. What Whitmore was able to do, he was able to get out the potential in those players.
Unlock the potential. Whitmore inherited the core team from Schaefer, you know. That's one of the things. He inherited that team.
I'm a little bit busy
not
right now.
Anything away from him, but he did inherit a team, and it was so much easier. You understand?
Yeah, that team was better, bro. It was better.
The team was better, not the players.
But players was better too.
No, sir. I beg to differ again.
Reggie,
I beg to differ.
So the players them was better. I tell you now.
How so?
They were better players.
Impossible.
I'm gonna say, Jay Shai, I want to say this, you know. One thing we can say, I won't say they are better players or anything, but one thing, I have seen this with this panel, they come on here and they curse, they always, and I believe the gentleman on this program, I think his name is Leader, and I believe another guy here, Fisherman.
Yeah.
Fisherman brought up a point about bringing back Lambert, and everybody's like, they call him down and say, no, them man are too old. And we love this youth. We're pushing this youth narrative. We want the youths. We want the youths to get an opportunity. And it come. And I remember it's Crispy and JT and Trucking Boss brought up a point, and it came to be the detrimental part of Jamaica was the leadership under leadership.
The leadership from which standpoint? The play within the players group or the federation?
He cannot say the federation because, like I said, there's federation that is worse, that is as bad as Jamaican federation, and they're
listen
still
to me.
qualifying for the World
I
Cup.
don't want you to go down that route. That is not the metric that we're using. We are not comparing Jamaica with no other country. We are comparing track record, pattern of behavior. That is what we're comparing.
Can we make a comparison with the team here now?
Do not include any other organization. You know why we don't want you to include any organization? Because we have a crop of players in the diaspora more than any other country within our Caribbean.
Sorry. Can we make a comparison?
Brother,
our failure lies within the organization. And we need to be openly honest. It lies within there. Bro, time after time we change players over and over. And those people from the organization is still running the organization.
Somebody want to make a comparison. Give him a chance.
No, wait, leader. Wait. What have this organization inculcate differently in the program that was there from 98? What's the difference now than 98? Identify anything from grassroots level up until the senior level that this administration that is led by Mr. Ricketts and his co-workers, them, what have they inculcated
but Jay Shai, just be fair.
One football thing.
Jay Shai, just to be fair enough. If Bobby Reid scored the goal, remember we will be seeing a different tune, remember that?
Bro, listen to me. Suarez hung the ball.
No, Jay Shai.
Suarez hung the ball.
Jay Shai. If Bobby did score the goal, we will be saying we got two women World Cup, one men's World Cup, and an under 17 World Cup, and a beautiful development program.
Look here, listen to me, bro. You're being clear, but I'm saying to you, I am not going off if, because if is only going to erase the consequences, brother. People need to have consequences for failure and productivity. Reward must be handed down for both result. Failure or productivity.
Okay.
Don't come with no if, because if Suarez never hung the ball against Ghana or Cameroon, one of them team there, they would have progress. Right? If not playing a football, brother. Because any team can win on the day. Any team. No, if not playing a football. And my sister Sama walk on reward people. I can talk about the best Jamaica ever played. I am not differentiating nothing when it comes down to the organization, because all of them have a hand in the start to the end. Every one of them had a hand in it. So I'm not differentiated. Failure is failure. There's nothing that we have accomplished throughout this past 9 years. Nothing. And I don't want to come tell me, say, under 17 qualify. Bro, let me say this. The only time we can say it is working is if we have it successively, consistently. If the under 17 and the under 20 is qualifying for the World Cup 5 years in a row, then we can say, yes, something is going on. It's just like business. When you start a business, you can have a good year. Next year, you have a bad year. The next year, you have an okay year. The next year, bro, no business established until with progress in any compartment. Any compartment. You don't have success until you have consistency. So when you're not gonna tell me say we qualify for this World Cup and that World Cup, it's not consistent. It's not. So there's nobody where I do this is supposed to get a reward. None. It's failure 50-50. It's flat out equal. 51 is pass mark. So who want to make a point, make a point. Me shut down anybody who are trying to take off the blame off of the administration. I want to lay it slowly and individual players because we have changed so many players over the years and we still not qualified. Bro.
What is consistent?
Because I get to the World Cup, we get more upset.
What is consistent is you're
talking. I get to the World Cup, I'm going to watch team for World Cup and Jamaica, and me get more upset. Continue.
What is consistent is you're talking. And I'd like to ask you a question. How much blame do you put on the players?
Minimal. Very minimal.
All right. So we have players that went out the night before. Most crucial game.
Hold on. Sorry for cutting.
You've been doing a lot of talking.
Sorry for cutting. I'm going to make you finish. Sorry, let me finish. You remember the Unity Cup since as we have come up to the Unity Cup? Remember the Unity Cup when we go to play last year? How well we did in that Unity Cup? Huh? And there was a lot of big name players that was not there. And that team that they selected did so well. And you know what happened? They just disassembled the team then. Bro, when you pick a team and to play good, you can't disrupt it. You have to bring it back the people. The new pieces are the old people them one by one, but you can't just continue.
So a team played well in 2 games, and you have Ethan Pinnock, you have Demar Gray, you have Latibo there, and the so-called big name players, Andre Blake, etc. And you are saying that a team that played well in 2 games should play in your World Cup tournament with all those players available?
I'm not saying that.
What are you saying?
I'm saying they should not change so much of them back in the team. They should have interject them slowly. You understand? So if you see one piece is coming, if one or two of them coming, right? And then play and spend back themselves. You keep them. And you see who now play up to the standard when the people are coming. You change them. You can't just change 6 or 7 of them one time. After them are playing good.
I have a point with that one then. Because when they pull up a team and they pull up the team and go back to BVI game and then we had the Gold Cup, it was not the World Cup qualifiers didn't even start yet.
Right.
All right, so let me go back to my point. There are players before a crucial do or die World Cup game that went out the night before. You have players who, I heard somebody say this earlier, who pass the ball and stand up. I've seen that. You have players who hit the post 3 times. You have players who get sitter and miss. You have players who escort, don't encourage them escort the player who scored the second goal, escort him into the box. And you're saying with all of that, these players are not supposed to be there?
I did not say I'm not blaming them, but I'm saying I'm not saying that I'm not blaming them. I'm saying I'm not putting the blame on them as much as I'm putting it on the federation. That's what I'm saying. But you have some people who want to lay most of the blames on the player, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah, the player, you said minimal. The players need to take bigger responsibility.
Remember, we
Than
change players
minimum.
all the time.
Than
We
minimum.
change players all the time. All right.
It was a set core of players that we used through this tournament, Virgil. A set core of players that we used through this tournament.
All right.
There was no massive team.
Listen to me now. I realize that some people subliminally are trying to put one particular player as a scapegoat. Right? And
who's that player? Who's that player? Hold on. Who's that player? Who's that player? Who's that player?
That one player did not kick a ball to the entire World Cup.
So nobody's trying to make him a scapegoat, Virgin. Nobody's trying to make him a scapegoat. I'm the one talking to you. No, I am not trying to make Leon Bailey a scapegoat.
I'm not talking about you. I'm saying I heard someone. It was you. It was not you, said it. It wasn't you. I'm not that fucking. It was you.
Leon Bailey is a liability.
No,
but I'm not blaming him for the World Cup campaign. I'm not blaming him for the World Cup campaign.
No, I'm saying to you. I've heard you before I came on the panel. I heard you while I was listening to the show. I used Leon Bailey as scapegoat. When Leon Bailey did not.
No. I did not use Leon Bailey.
You used him as scapegoat. Of course you did.
We were talking. No. Let's put this in the context. We were talking about if it's right for Speed to come out and say what he said about the player, and I agree that he should, because this is a player that has smeared the campaign, smeared the coach, smeared the player, his teammates, and smeared the country.
Okay,
and so I agree.
Okay, point.
So I'm thinking, let me finish. Let me finish. Okay. I'm not making Leon Bailey a scapegoat for the campaign. I can't do that. Because like you rightly said, he has never kicked a ball. What I'm saying is, I'm defending Speed for coming out and saying what he said. Because this is a player that if Speed did not come out and clarify, he would be more than crucified Speed right now. So he has all the right to come out and clarify what really happened. And I want to say something else that I have not been able to make the point. It's a chess move this from Speed. And I don't even realize that.
A chess move, all right.
Yeah, because this player, let me clarify, some people who don't understand.
Yeah.
This player, in my opinion, from the day he picked up that ball out of Mikel Antonio's hand and missed that penalty, from that day until now, he has been a liability to this Reggae Boyz team. And you think Mr. Speed don't know that? And by Mr. Speed coming out and saying what he said, not only to clarify and defend himself, which he has a right to do, but it's also a chess move because that player, I hope that, let me take out the hope about that. That player probably won't play for Jamaica if he gets called up in the future, based on that one statement. If I'm thin-skinned, that is. But that player has been so much of a liability that I believe, and I think Mr. Speed believes that the team will progress better without it. So it's a big chess move. Now, I'm making an assumption. I'm making an assumption.
You know what?
Right?
Please,
you know
please.
What? Clear, right? And what you don't understand is you have to look at how Jamaica is set up and the power of how this country is set up. It's just a few percentage of people, right, that holds power in that country, right? And all of them are together. In spite of what you think about this player or certain players, right? They're very connected, right? And when you are a leader that just is hell bent on having things your way, right? You're gonna have a lot of pushback, not only from fans but also the business sector. This is how our country operates. It's not you just looking at things from a surface level. This is deeper than that. When you have a certain organizer that owns company that come out and speak against these things, and y'all think Mr. Butler is like lightweight, y'all just don't understand, right? So you probably need to revisit these kind of things. As a coach, you're supposed to have a decorum about you, even if you think certain way about a player. All right.
Okay, all right. So you did finish my boss, cause me no want rebut it after if you never finish, you know. The other man with that talk before you.
Yeah, man. Peter, yeah, I'm finished. I'm finished.
All right. So you mention on points of liability, right? And the mere fact of using the word liability, you're saying that there should be actions taken and consequences. Because if somebody's a liability or anything is a liability, we need to get rid of the liability because it's going to halt our progress, right? So you're putting more onus on Leon Bailey as an individual player that can be replaced at any given time, or even by injury, right? So you want to hold Leon Bailey as in higher regards than Mr. Speid or the organization, huh? Where you go and you address pattern of behavior and track record because you went back from all the way to when Leon Bailey said this and Leon Bailey do that and that. So how are you not identifying all the incompetence of Mr. Speid and the JFF? And aren't those incompetence liability also?
Because my statement was addressing...
Because. Why aren't you laying equal justice for both parties?
My statement that you heard was in response to a specific question if whether Speid was right or wrong.
But Speid was wrong.
What he said.
Speid was wrong.
No, that's that's your opinion.
In every capacity.
I believe he was right to come out and say what he said.
Why did he say that? What did Leon Bailey say? Because you know what? You try to justify what Mr. Speid did based upon track record. But what did in this last event, what did Leon Bailey said to trigger Mr. Speid to say what he said?
Leon Bailey said he was not detailed enough.
And what was wrong with that?
He is throwing the coach around the bus when he said that.
The man never said the coach.
So who am I talking about?
The man never said the coach. He said we weren't detailed.
What was wrong with that?
He never said the coach wasn't detailed enough. He said I think we weren't detailed enough.
I am tired of hearing excuses for Leon Bailey. I am tired of hearing excuses for Leon Bailey. I'm tired of it. Really. This man has not performed for Jamaica for years. And he blamed everything but himself. And Ono come on here and make no excuse for him.
Look here.
It's pathetic.
I wouldn't care if he can expand. As long as somebody better replace him. I'm saying that he does not have to play either. I'm not saying that he has to. I'm saying he's probably poor. Not going to allow anybody to any players in higher regards than the JFF. No time at all. We can replace any player at any given time. It is hard enough already for us. Anybody in the JFF, the constitution or the way they sit up. Nobody
listen, Bridget, you're making this about Leon Bailey. I simply ask you how much right, and I explained to you the Curacao game, the game in the National Stadium, and several other games where players go out and even the night before the Curacao game went out and partied. That has nothing to do with Leon Bailey. So you never see Leon Bailey football. So let's come off on Leon Bailey. My response was whether Speid was right or wrong.
You want to blame the players. Is there any game that Jamaica has ever played that we lost that we deserve to win? Huh?
Listen, I have to go back here.
I'm asking you a question. Is there any game that Jamaica has ever played that we lost but we deserve to win?
What kind of question is that? What kind of foolish question is that?
No, but we didn't tit for tat. You're saying, and I'm saying to you, you guys want to pinpoint
the Trinidad game.
Look here now, you are pinpointing post lick, man this that, and I'm saying to you, bro, it's football. The ball is round. Anything can happen.
That is correct. That is correct.
So when you get the chances and you don't score, who you blame for that? Are the system you blame for? Why them never score the goal?
The administration supposed to score the goal and not hit the post. The administration supposed to not go to part of the court. The administration supposed to pass the ball and stand up.
Fisherman, where's the fisherman?
Me say when the players them like the Cruiser game in a stadium where we get so much chances and them never score, who you blame for that?
Then the players have to blame for that. But look here, we have to blame players for things like those. But what I'm saying to you, you have to track back to where everything is coming from, bro. Where in this life, every consequence is only one decision away. One decision away. See, remember, I came on the show before the World Cup game, and I said to Uno, say, watch here. I would like Bobby Reed to play in that game, right? And Chucking Bass beat me down and I said, you're madman. And I said to you, let me finish. And I said, let me finish. Bro, I would like for Bobby Reed to be on the field. But the only thing I do not want to happen is a chance fall to him. And so said, so done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I know there's things that can happen throughout a game. And you have to blame players, not federation, but I'm saying to you, brother. Yeah. I see a trend where Una try to reward minimal positives. Minimal. And I don't want to do that.
And see me, percentage wise, me give the player them 60%. And me give the federation into the screen. The other 40. And then some me put 90.
40.
Yeah.
So Fisherman, what you give the madman coach we have? What you give the madman coach? You don't give nothing.
No, you can't blame the coach. You not blame the coach either. You not blame the coach because the coach fall in the organization, you know. Because
so
the coach can't do it without them.
40 for them, and me put 60 for the player them. That's how I put my blame.
Why would I put 60 for the player? So you're saying that, okay.
How much you give the federation? How much you give the federation and the coaches? The federation.
90%. 90%. How
much?
Since that's
well, you're mad. You're a madman. You're a madman.
No, we separate the federation from the coach, you know. No, we separate it.
You're crazy, man. So when you say you give the player them 10%, the player them get 10%,
what do you mean?
Fisherman, no, we separate the players them for the coach, the federation for the coach.
We can't do that. We can't do that.
When you watch the ball game,
no, man.
You gotta separate the players from the coaches, right? Because when right now Jamaica is in a rebuild. Jamaica is in a rebuild right now, and for me, some of these players need to graduate. They need to leave a long time ago, but we ended up extending their graduation, right?
So that is, you see the stone building behind those trees?
Yeah, man. Some of them graduate long.
They're supposed to graduate a long time, but we extended their graduation.
They're retired, man. They're retired.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is some of these players I don't want to see back. And the message to whoever coach is coaching the team, if we say that we want new blood and we have the younger generation that's there, give them the opportunity. Give them the opportunity to come on and make a name for themselves. Right? Right now is the perfect time. Get them warm up. We have 3 years from now, before World Cup start. 2 years from now.
If they want to change the players, then fine with me. They can't change the federation if it changed.
Me not determine run with this thing about the youth need enough. I'll be honest, you'll be scared about the youth business. Me not telling no lies.
But my thing is this, Ghost. You have to. You know why you have to?
No, we need a little bit of maturity.
Leadership and maturity
is important, you know.
No, but yeah, I hear you. But look at it from this standpoint, right? our team now, probably about five or six players.
I'm working, so I gotta do something. I gotta do something real quick and get back on the line. Gotta make a call real quick.
Okay. Good. It's probably about 5 or 6 players right now that we need to just cut ties with. And if you look at the age group, it's from, let's say, 20 all the way up to 26, 27. We have a pretty young squad. We don't have a choice. They need the experience. We need to give it to them.
That's true. But we're not gonna run with the Unity Cup. Yes, I understand. But if we say we're gonna run with a whole brand new, I'm scared of that too, yeah, brother. I'm not to the whole lie.
Well, you know what, Ghost. This is the thing. I try to look at stuff from not just on the field, but also off the field, right? We have to get the trust back in the fans, and we got to get trust back in the business sector, right? And that's coming from the players that's on the field. They know who's out there, and they know they failed us. You understand what I mean? So if we're going to rebuild, let's do it the right way. Let's get that trust from the administration down. If the president is listening, if you want money to come in your pocket for sponsorship, you gotta clean house. Not only on the field, but clean house next to you, because nobody will trust you. You're gonna continue to go around owing people and begging, right? Do the right thing, so people can trust y'all. If not only on the field, but outside administration, Mr. President.
Yeah, and me agree with what you say. And it come and we talk about young players too. And the young players them need to know when them come in the team. They come there, the coach don't have to play them in every game. And when you don't get no game, you can't go on social media and go say, why people are fight you. You go out there and leave it all out. Anytime you get your chance to leave it all out there on the field and leave it up to the coach to pick you back in the team. Any one of these young players feel so them can come in at the team and them run the team, them must get rid of them. Because we're on a rebuilding thing and we need discipline in the team. Discipline. No player come here to run this team. Get rid of them. That is my point.
I have a question for ask, man. Also, too. Do you feel that the Jamaican coaches them need to go back into a thing where, and this is from like observation, like a thing where the key nowadays is to pass the ball, move, defend. All right. But do you think? I think Jamaican coaches need to go back to the drawing board where they need to teach players how to possess the ball more, because I notice we don't have players no more that is comfortable with the ball at their feet like that anymore. Most of our players
are talking about from them young you're talking. That's when them turns in.
I can't. National team. Yeah,
but even so, because if you notice, these guys are scared of possessing the ball, and there are times when your players are marked out where you have to use individual skill, and I notice we kind of lack that these days.
Yeah.
So, do we need to, if we train 4 days out of the week, do we need to have a day where we say today is the day where you hold the ball as much as you want and get comfortable with the ball? Because our players are not comfortable. You remember how Whitmore used to love the ball at the middle? Peter Cargill didn't mind possessing the ball. You don't have that no more. As a man get the ball in foot.
And that's how them coach. I feel say is how them get coaching at them club or from them small. The coach is telling them let go the ball.
Yes, because because in England and those places a passing game. But what I'm saying, what I notice, our players are scared of possessing the ball.
But see, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all, because we have players that's on the bench that made a name for themselves within this last window, that is able to hold the ball, possess the ball, and distribute the ball. And we also had players that weren't called up that could do the same thing.
But I think I think you missed the point.
No, but the thing is, I hear the point, but the national team is not a developmental, bro. The national team is like this. All right, let me get the example, right? You see what Speid was doing, when was it? Before he played those first 2 games, and I think he had some practice games, right? With the best of the JPL players. You remember that?
No. But
okay, so before those 2,
the games with Grenada and Mark.
Exactly. He had 2 or 3 practice games with the best of the JPL players that's out there, right? My thing is this: when it comes to our preparation, we didn't have one, right? The only preparation we had was, let's make it to World Cup. That's it. So now when we fall flat on our face, we don't know what to do, right? We should have had a preparation, short-term, long-term plan. We just had a short-term plan. Go ahead. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is this: we have the players. We just didn't know how to put the players together, make the selection, and then if we didn't make it to the World Cup, we didn't have any continuity because we didn't have a plan. It's always like that.
I think there's something wrong with the way even the confidence of being on the ball, and possessing the ball and having to dig yourself out of a problem by yourself. As in comparison to the days where we're Whitmore, if the midfield was marked out, Whitmore would have, carry the ball and beat two man and create space for himself. We don't see this type of player in the team anymore.
Hold on, Blue Mountain. So when you see this a problem, yeah?
I mean, it's been there for a while.
So who picked the players then? I see him play players over and over,
But what I'm saying, you don't see.
But Blue Mountain, look, we had a Tyrese Hall. The last coach who was here was supposed to select the kid too young, inexperienced, right? We had another midfielder that was riding the bench all the way through. Hayden went down, they still didn't select him, right?
Remember Cable Robbie bench him play a marble on the other sideline?
All right. We have another one that they say he's too old. He's playing in a bush league, right? Bro, we have players, but we just didn't. We don't know. Our problem is 2 things. For me, is the selection, right? We don't know how to evaluate players, and whoever is doing the statistic when we're playing teams, we don't know how to do the statistics for teams. So whoever that guy is, he needs to get fired, right? Because he should be able to. I remember the coach went into the stands, was looking at the triangle and the angle of the team, our team and the opponent team, and I was, who is the guy supposed to be doing this? And we went to those 2 World Cup games, and we see it. I'm sitting there looking at it, I was like, we need an adjustment. Who is the guy doing the stats? These things we fail miserably on. Because why? We think we know everything, but we don't know.
Fellas, guys,